I had to blow the dust off the mic, so.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how to do this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna be
How's my phone?
slurping a lot of water tonight, so I'm gonna try to mute myself as much as I can. And if I decide to cough, I'll make sure I mute myself. You guys are gonna hear the cough, so don't be distracted. But it won't be in the recording. I'll turn my head away, try not to blow the mic up.
That works, man.
I just had some throat coat tea, so I should be okay.
Hmm.
The throat.
Curious.
It's called throat coat. Don't ask me. I don't drink hot tea. My wife says you need some throat coat. Oh shit. Damn it. I mean, she said you need some hot tea. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would just call it hot tea. I wouldn't call it throat coat tea.
Well, that's what it says on the
throat coat tea.
It's got echinacea and honey and lemon, I guess, in it. I don't know.
You big baby.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and Happy New Year! Welcome to episode 23 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we discuss other things in gaming and entertainment as well. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. How you doing, man? Hey, how's the car shopping going, buddy?
Oh god, it was like hell on earth. Hey, Sin was great though. Sin was messaging me back and forth and letting me know about the inside. Yeah, he's a car salesman.
He's a no. He's a sales manager. That's big time.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That was awesome of him to do that. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I ended up not using any of his tactics that he gave me. But it was the main one was don't be afraid to walk away, and that was beneficial to me because they snuck in like an extra $3,000.
Yeah.
Versus the price that was shown on the actual online website. So I was just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
So
I just went through this with my daughter's car, so I know what you're talking about. I feel your pain, dude.
Yeah. And then I found a place and they were like, hey, what you see on the website is actually what it is. There's no hidden fees and stuff like this. And I was just like, oh, all right. Well, hey, here's my money.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, yep. And then I got a PS4 Pro.
I heard about that. Nice. Your old PS4 gave up the ghost, huh?
Yeah, sadly. Yeah. 2019 ended in a shit show. So here's hoping 2020 starts off on a really great note. So
very cool. Very cool.
What about you, man?
Oh man, I did a termite treatment today on a house, a log cabin actually, and it was 85 degrees. I was sweating my tail off, let me tell you. That's I'm sorry, Lana. That's 29.9 Celsius.
Yeah.
Cool deal. I just wanted to just give a quick note here. We intended to record last week with my son, but he got delayed at the airport, Minnesota weather and all. But we are planning to record a show with him next week instead. So I hope everyone had a great holiday break. And we should be back in full swing in 2020 here with the weekly episodes like we always do. Well, we're very excited to introduce our guest, and you might have heard her a little bit earlier. She's our guest of the show tonight. She's our very first female guest and our very first guest of 2020, a longtime member of our community, and hey, just an overall cool person. I don't think we're cool enough to hang with her, but LanaBoBana. Hey, Lana, how you been? Happy New Year.
Hello. Happy New Year.
How you been?
Oh, not too bad. Working a lot. I feel like I've kind of fell off the edge of the world a little bit. I'm not really active in Discords much lately, but I'm still there. I lurk.
Oh, no, I've seen you post
I see everybody.
Yeah. I've seen you poke up every now and then and talk to us and stuff. That's pretty cool. Well, hey, let me just give an overview of tonight's show, guys. We're going to hear, of course, Lana's story. We're going to test her Twitch reflexes with our, quote, new and improved fast fire session we call the Speed Run. Next, we're going to catch up on the last 2 weeks in entertainment and gaming. We're going to talk a little Mandalorian and Rise of Skywalker tonight. Then, since we're a little critical of Destiny in our last show, tonight our main discussion is going to be going back over the last 2 years of Destiny 2 and discuss what's changed for the better or worse from Destiny 1. Finally, we're going to answer those Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify. Hey guys, let's do this. Well, hey, let's find out about this gal. What do you say, Hazel?
Yeah, sure. Of course. Lana.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to do. Why not? So, tell us about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Just the usual stuff, you know?
I'm
Who are
27.
you? Okay.
I was born in South Africa. I live in Canada. I have a cat named Izzy. And I love video games. That's about it.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, speaking of video games, why don't you give us our history? Let's think back to when little Lana was a little tyke. When did you start gaming? What's your gaming history?
Oh, man. I was probably 12. And I started on the N64 playing Mario. And then I traded that in for PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And I started playing Tenchu, Wrath of Heaven, Mortal Kombat, Spyro. I'm huge into Spyro. I fucking love Spyro. And then we got a computer around that time, and all I played on that was The Sims.
Yeah, my daughter loves The Sims. She plays it on her Mac all the time. It's crazy. She always gets the new one too. Always gets the latest one. Yeah.
And all the expansion packs.
Oh yeah, she gets all those. All those. You mentioned you were from South Africa. What was it like living in South Africa? Did you grow up there?
We lived there till I was about 6. And I don't remember, I mean, what I do remember isn't good. Like, I remember my grandma getting mugged, walking me to preschool. We got robbed. Little things like that.
Yeah, I remember you were on Jay's podcast long ago, and you were talking about that, and it was eye-opening how rough it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, we go back every few years. I was just there last year for my mom's wedding. And when I'm there, when I go with like my mom and her husband, we do touristy things. And I only get to see one side of the family. Like, I only ever see my mom's side of the family, but I've got a whole other side, my dad's side, that's there. And when you're doing touristy things, it looks really nice. Everything's really pretty. You have lots of fun. You go walking with the lions and shark diving and stuff. But the real thing of South Africa is it's dirty, it's dangerous, it's scary, and just not good. But if you go as a tourist, I'm sure it's fine.
Is it still that way today? Or last time you were there?
Worse.
Really?
There's riots, and my uncle tried to come to Canada to visit a few months ago, but he had some trouble getting to the airport because there were riots in the street, and they burned tires along the highway in like protest, and just crazy.
Bad times, huh? No, that's nuts.
Wow. What are they protesting? I'm just curious.
So the people that are protesting are what we call the squatters. So they're the people that were probably affected by apartheid, so they never really got assimilated into white society, like with jobs and an education, so they were kind of just left out in the cold.
Mm.
And then the apartheid ended, and they were expected to like contribute to society with nothing. So they don't have anywhere to live, so they squat on land, which is mostly owned, but they don't care. And they build little tin shacks everywhere for like miles. There'll be hundreds and hundreds of tin shacks. And what I've been told from my family is that they burn the tires because they're not getting power for free, or they don't have any water or plumbing or anything like that.
Well, that's the depressing part of the show. So, when did you find out about Destiny, and what's your Destiny story like?
Back to South Africa, it's not that bad. Don't be scared of it. If you're going to go visit, just know what you're doing. It's a good place. It's fine. But Destiny, when I first started playing on Xbox, I started out with like Skyrim and Fable, Mass Effect, those kind of things. And then some of my friends that I met through Halo told me that Destiny was coming out and I should try it. And I thought, heck no, there's no way I'm going to play that. I got it the day it came out and I was hooked. Like hooked. I love open world games.
Yeah.
And this was exactly that. And I had people to play with, which just makes it better.
Hey, let me ask you this. How nervous were you when you were on Jay's podcast? and you were on Potato Thumb's podcast. How did things go there?
Yeah. On Jay's, before I went on, I was very nervous. So I actually asked Jay if Fluffy could come with me.
I remember that.
As a little friend. I was like, can Fluffy be on too? Because I don't want to be alone.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I did that because I didn't want to be alone. But then during the show, it was just super comfortable. Jay's excellent. He was very calm and reassuring and top notch.
Yeah.
And then being on Potato Thumbs after, I was good.
Those guys are cool to hang out with. They're a lot of fun to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
We go back. We egg each other. I think every week. They were egging me last week or us, Hazel, because I guess we picked too many songs for our playlist. I'm like, dude, music is everywhere. Let's share it. You know, why stifle things to one little song when you can do two? So sorry, sidetrack.
Maybe they're not that original. I'm just kidding. So, well, I was going to ask. So you, how long were you playing with Admiral Nips and those guys before you did Jay's podcast? I was just curious.
Oh man, some point in D1, I couldn't even tell you when.
Oh wow!
Like a few years, 4 years maybe.
Okay, so that explains.
We did D1 leagues through DeathRx, and I didn't meet Jay until last year or the year before, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how you is that how you found the Tush clan?
Yes.
I think you were. Wait a minute now. Let's go back here a sec. I think you had another clan you were with, and you were like, no one wants to ever raid. So
DeathRx. I was in Fluffies.
Oh, you should know better. They're a PvP clan. That's all those guys do. Believe me, they kick my ass every time I go on PvP League. Doesn't matter what platform.
I know. Yeah, I like Fluffy was like the first, I guess, admin of DeathRx or something that I met. And I was just like, I want to be in your clan. Sure enough, I was. And then like a year later, I'm like, nobody's doing anything. So I asked Rob if I could go to his because they're way, way more PvE. And so I joined them. But now, since Bungie had to go be extra, everybody went to PC.
Yeah.
So there's more opportunities for sure in Tush to like do raids like through the 100 and everything, which I really appreciate and like. Yeah. But most of those people go to PC, play on PC now.
So you're more of a raider. So how many raids have you done?
I haven't done that many. Just the only reason I do raid is triumphs and titles.
Okay, let's get down to it. You kicked my ass a long time ago on the triumph score. I thought I was doing well, and then I see Lana's score. I think we were doing it on the Charlemagne or stat finder or whatever on one of the discords. I'm like, holy shit, Lana. How do you get all these triumphs? What is your give me your secret because I need to know it.
Well, it depends on the kind of gamer you are. I'm a completionist.
Yeah, you are.
So I do that with every game I play. I get all the achievements.
Wow.
It's almost like satisfying or something, like a challenge. And I have to get all the achievements. I have to do everything in the game, collect everything. So when Bungie came out with the triumphs for Destiny, it was actually very stressful because I have to get them all now. And some of them are really hard to get, but I do grind them. I think my triumph score is like 108,000.
Yeah, I'm at 75,000.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna pull up my casual ass and see what the hell I am.
I'm gonna guess you're at 40,000, Hazel.
Hey, asshole. I think I'm closer to like 66,000.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Yeah, I know how you feel on it because I was with a big raiding clan before I joined the Distinguished Guardians, and when that went away, no one really raided anymore. And I realized a lot of these triumphs, you got to raid, and you got to be with groups. And I mean, I was able to get my Dredgen title, my Wayfarer title, and one other title is eluding me right now, but those were mainly solo things. You could do a lot of solo things to get those titles, the triumphs to get the titles. So did you have a big group you could always hang with and do stuff with? I think you mentioned that earlier.
Kind of. There's like the same 6 people in Tush that raid all the time. So I got a lot with them. But then there's another guy, not in Death or X, but he's in the Discord and he does the leagues and stuff. His name is Crodless.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a clan called Euros. And a bunch of his friends all raid together. So I went to them and got like all Arc Last Wish, or we did Flawless Last Wish, Flawless Crown, and Flawless Scourge back to back in one night in like 3 hours.
You lost me at Flawless.
Damn.
All 3 raids we did Flawless back to back. And I'm like, well, that was easy. And it was like 500 triumph score or something. So
that is so hard to do.
Yeah, it was something.
Wow,
the jumping on Last Wish, like the bridge there, somebody died there and we were all pissed because you have to start all over again.
Yeah, see, I couldn't deal with that stress. I'd be doing something stupid. My good old floofy warlock jump, I'd fall somewhere and then I'd have to go crawl in a corner while everyone was yelling at me.
I kind of just hid the entire time because I knew I was going to die.
Right.
So I just had my well and stayed in the corner and let them do everything.
That's great. Well, you kind of mentioned it a little bit there. I'm like, so how bad is your FOMO right now with all the seasons and the 12 weeks or whatever it is of you having to grind out triumphs and everything?
FOMO.
Fear of missing out.
Yeah, that's one of them young kids' words.
No, us old guys use that a lot. Don't worry.
It's not like it's not cool like yeet or
I still don't know what the hell that means, but carry on.
My FOMO's not. I am worried I'm gonna miss things, but I know I won't because I put in the time to get it done. Last season, okay, I feel like most triumphs when it's season specific, it's like season 8 Crucible, reset your Valor twice, or season 9 this. If you don't get it done, it doesn't show up in your triumphs at all. And those are for 0 triumph scores, so I don't do those.
Okay.
But last season, they fucked me up because in the seasonal one for season, what was it, 8 or whatever, you had to get your artifact to +20. And I thought, it's only for 50 triumph score. Yes, I want it. No, I don't have the time. But because it's seasonal, it's going to disappear. It's not going to be here. It stayed. Now every time I go to my triumphs, there's 16 out of 20, this unattainable triumph thing sitting there forever, and I hate it. It's hard getting that artifact up that high.
That's funny.
All right, let's get into the hardcore questions now. You ready, Hazel? Let's unleash the wolves.
That's scary.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not gonna be that bad. Let me ask you this. What is it like to be a female gamer these days? Obviously we have no idea what it feels like. I mean, what is a daily, is there something daily that you have to just deal with? Do you have to deal with more assholes when you play? Or is it not an issue at all?
I feel like it's a non-issue at all. Because most of the time I'm in a lockdown party with somebody. I tend to make my parties invite only because there are guys out there that I've come across like once in a blue moon in some game that will add me. And then the minute I appear online and I'm in a party that's open, they're right in there. So now I just make it invite only. And for the most part, everybody's good. LFG is really hit and miss. If I want to LFG like a Nightfall or something, there's been times where I get really like immature, like 16-year-old kids who feel like they need to show off or something, and then I just leave, basically. But everybody's really good. It's fine.
Good. Good to know. Good to know. Well, let me ask you this.
Good.
What is one thing us ignorant Americans don't know about Canada?
I feel like you guys don't know much about Canada.
Well, I asked this.
You probably think
I asked this
like
Flip.
syrup, hockey.
Yeah,
It's north of the U.S. Yeah,
it's like snowy on the map all the time.
No, that's one of the things. It's not actually snowing here all the time. It's not that cold all the time. Not everybody says a boot. I know nobody that says a boot.
Okay.
And we don't all drink milk out of bags.
I was
Did you know they drink milk out of bags? I didn't find that out until like a few years ago.
Where the hell did that shit come
I
from?
like how I said they. Like I'm not one of them. They. Those are the Eastern Canadians, the weird ones, like Stu and them. Their milk comes in a bag. Weird.
Well, I've been to the French sector, Quebec City, probably a lot of the touristy areas, but I was out in the other areas outside of there though. And I haven't experienced the non-French part of Canada, but I definitely want to come back. I went in the summer, of course. I was in Maine. I was like, hey, let's go to Canada. So I thought it was nice. It's definitely different. It's not America. Things look definitely different. It feels
like, how was it different?
Everything looks European. The buildings, I felt like I was in Europe. I mean, even I was going through the farmlands in Canada on the way to Quebec City, and the farmlands were very, I don't know, I can't explain it. It was just very different looking. I mean, it looked more like a lot of the houses were older. We're not used to seeing a lot of old houses here, and everything was more, I don't know, what's the word? In its place, and it was super clean. And everyone kept telling us to worry about mooses. What about don't let a moose walk in front of you? I'm like, holy shit, where's the moose? The Mises or whatever the hell they're called.
The Mises. They're Mises. That's how you say it.
I don't know if she's trolling you right now or not, but
no, it's Mises.
It is Mises.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Hey Siri. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's okay.
For real. I do want to check it just to be on the safe side because I think she is trolling us.
You think she's
It's
trolling?
Mises.
We're gonna go up there and we're gonna be like, look at the Mises, and people are gonna like laugh at us.
We
like
all think you're dumb
Americans.
anyway.
That's all right. We're ignorant and dumb Americans.
Yep. Sorry, I kind of tuned out when Gator was talking about France and Canada and everything. I was looking at milk bags and wow. Yeah. So yeah. Huh,
you saw it, right?
I did.
I only ever tell the truth. Okay.
So Mises it is.
Mises. Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, okay. Well, before we get too far off track here, tell us about your gamer tag. Where'd that come from?
It's my name.
What?
And the word A. Like
your name is LanaBoBana?
That was my old gamer tag.
Oh,
not my new one.
Okay.
And that was based off of everybody calling me Lana. And then you have Lana Banana.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a Mario guy, okay?
It's like LanaBoBana, Fee Fi Fofana. That's where I got it. But
okay,
my name is actually pronounced Lana. Just
yes.
90% of people say Lana. It really doesn't matter which one, though.
I've corrected myself several times when I was asking your holiday questions you sent us. Thanks for that, by the way. We use those several times, and I would go, "Oh, Lana's has some holiday questions here." I mean, Lana has some holiday questions here.
Lana is going to come naturally to you because you're English.
Yes.
So just say Lana.
Yeah, I'd rather.
It's not wrong.
It's supposed to be.
It makes me think of Mylanta.
Okay. What's one thing about you that no one knows? Exclusive, right here.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
I don't know how much I want to expose myself here.
Ooh.
Exclusive.
I feel like somebody probably knows this out there, but some people in Death RX might know, so this might not count. But I only put cheese whiz on my pancakes.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Cheese on pancakes?
Cheese whiz on
Oh,
pancakes
that's even
is the
worse.
best thing you will
What?
ever have.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hazel, help me here, man. I'm lost.
He's speechless.
He is speechless.
Cheese
I
whiz on
really am,
pancakes.
yes. I have no words. I'm repulsed, yet I am curious.
I'm gonna have to try it now.
You just
I
have to
don't know
try
about
it.
this.
You just
I
have to
don't know.
try it, and it'll be fine.
You know what Cheese Whiz does to old guys? It makes them very sick. That's some nasty stuff. Ugh. All right.
Oh.
I'll try it. I'm convinced. I'll try it. I love waffles and pancakes, so.
I think she's trolling us.
I am not, dude. I put cheese whiz on pancakes.
You know, I'm going to verify this with Admiral Nips later. I'm going to
Yes,
verify this.
he will know.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Or else he'll be repulsed as well. No. All right. So, outside of Destiny, if you have any free time, that is, what's the last game you played?
The last game I played, which was a while ago, was Borderlands 3.
Oh.
I played the shit out of that, knowing that Shadowkeep and everything was coming after it. So I had a very limited amount of time to grind it, do everything, get all the achievements. And then just before that, I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is top-notch.
Easy, well, thank you.
Oh, good.
Easy is a big Assassin's Creed fan.
And I'm bigger.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to see who's is bigger or something.
We will have a contest.
Okay.
But I have a Ezio figurine on my table. I have a very nice Assassin's Creed artwork piece. A wall. I've played
Easy.
all of the games on 360 and Xbox One.
Impressive.
Nice.
Easy. What you got?
Nothing.
He's got nothing. Oh, well.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I'm sure he'll be pretty chatty when this drops. I can't wait to see that. Yep. Well, hey, how about this? On the spot question. Give us a gaming memory from your past that had an impact on you. Could be like anything, like a cutscene or just a experience that you had that you liked.
Ooh.
Give them a hot take.
Ooh. I don't know. That's really on the spot, but I feel like I seen that question and still didn't prepare for it.
It was in there.
It was in there, and I did not prepare.
It's one of our questions we ask a lot of our guests.
Actually, we don't ask it very often.
We don't. It's
one of those that it's like a question that's out there that we sometimes will ask every now and then, but
it's got to be a feeling. We got to feel.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this while you're thinking about that one. Do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
Gaming is a hobby, and it's my main hobby.
That's good. You just do multiple games, sounds like. See,
exactly.
I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to try to crank out the latest Borderlands 2 Borderlands 3 before it came out, before Shadowkeep came out, and I was doing so much prep for Shadowkeep in Destiny, I lost track, and I never got past like level 8. I mean, I jumped in to get a taste of it, and it was fun. I got this crazy gun I loved. It shot sound waves. I thought it was so cool. I was like, well, I can't use it now. It's too low a level. You can't upgrade your guns. That's something I don't like about Borderlands. If you keep a gun, or you have a gun you really like, and it's really just obliterating things, you can't bring it with you. I don't like that part. It seems like you're throwing guns away all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's true.
Yeah.
But you find other better guns.
I know. That's true. Well, last chance. Any gaming memory had an impact on you?
No, I can't
Well,
think on the
we
spot like
put you
that.
on the spot. That's all right.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh
No
yeah,
worries at all.
the speed run's gonna go really well.
Well, speaking of that, let's move on to that. Thanks for
No, I'm not ready.
Don't worry. We got time. Well, hey, Lana, thanks. Thanks for sharing your life
Yeah.
with us.
Thank
And
you.
we appreciate your candidness and all that stuff.
Cheese
about,
whiz.
about Canada and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, good deal. Well, thanks, Lana. Thanks again for that interview. It was a great interview. Before we begin, myself and Hazel want to congratulate our 2019 speed run winner, Mr. Agent H, who completed the speed run in 20 questions answered in 60 seconds. And as the 2019 winner, he will receive a specially made number 1 of 1 Guardian Downcast 2019 speedrun t-shirt. Also, he will receive a $50 gift certificate to the Bungie store to get whatever he likes, as long as it's within $50. So again, congrats, Agent H. We appreciate it, buddy. And at the end of 2020, hey, we'll be here doing this all over again. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Well, speaking of which, let's move on to our speed run. Our very first one of the year. This is our new and improved one. This is called the speed run. We have a database of over 100 randomly asked questions. And Lana, you're going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers. And we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by our featured guests in each episode. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order. You'll have to answer quickly what comes to mind. At the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win a nice prize, like Agent H just did. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert, so in the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision is final. You ready, Lana?
Fuck. Yep. I meant yep.
That's Canada. That's Canada for
No. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Isn't it fuck A?
Fuck
No,
A?
just kidding.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What is your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Apple or Android?
Android.
Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
Lefty or righty?
Righty.
Winter or Summer Olympics?
Summer.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Toilet paper roll, over or under?
Under.
Electric or acoustic guitar?
Electric.
What's your favorite accent?
British?
Are you ticklish?
No.
Beef or chicken?
Beef.
What was your first music album?
Nickelback? Something?
UFC or WWE?
UFC.
Ink pens, clicky top or twisty?
Twisty.
Hats, yes or no?
No.
What is your spirit animal?
Cat.
Candy bars or chocolate bars?
Chocolate bars.
Time.
I had to ask that one. You inspired that question.
Yes, I thought I did. Fucking candy bars. The hell is that?
Oh, by the way, I came up with that one. So,
Ooh.
I did want to.
How did I do?
Well, let's find out. Well,
I'm supposed to be keeping track?
Oh crap! Oh, crap! You did say time was up. All right, Hazel. Well, how'd you do?
The bar has been set pretty high. It's going to take a gargantuan effort to get past 17.
17.
Fuck, I wanted to beat him.
Oh, well,
Even though that was last year, still.
yeah, it doesn't even qualify. Don't worry about it. Hey, these are going to be a lot harder, Lana. There's a lot harder. That might be a top score for a long time. So good job.
I'm going to have to go again, like, in a few months.
We'll have to invite you back. Do it again.
Yeah,
We'll
there
call
we
it
go.
Lana 1 and Lana 2. That's how we'll have to figure it out. But no, we keep track of it. It goes on our little document saying how many you got, and we keep track of it from. Well, we started our podcast in July, so we're getting pretty good at tracking stuff. So good deal. Good deal.
That was fun. That's a good idea.
All right. So I wanted to give credit to everyone who added our new speedrun questions. And I need to go there and look for those names real quick. Crap. Can't believe I forgot that. All right, hold on. All right, here we go.
Don't edit this out.
Oh, I'm the editor.
Just leave this part in.
Yeah, I'm the editor, so it's probably going to be me.
So, yeah, well, fun story for you guys while he's doing his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Gator is like, he creates this whole document and he sends it to me, and he's like, hey, I'm going to send this to you. I want you to go over this. He's like, we're going to pick the best questions for this. And me thinking maximum effort, I'm like, why don't we just say yes to everyone?
That's what we did.
So
there were a few.
yeah.
There were a few that just, for context's sake, just didn't work. So we had to leave a few out, but it was usually a question that someone else, that the same person asked another one, and we did take. So we didn't exclude anyone, so to speak. So yeah. So I wanted to thank these members of our community: Mr. Jughead, Slapbot, Uncle Scumdeath, 15-minute teaser bot, 15-minute tease bot, sorry, Moshinamak, Maddie Bot, the Sketchy Gator Bot. These are our names from these are our community names, so we'll have to figure that out. Drafty, I think Gator had one in there too, and I think Hazelnut had one in there.
Yep.
Agent H. Yep. Easy had one in there. Thank you for that. Am I missing anybody? Did I forget anybody? Chubby Wizard. Yes, he had a good one.
Yep.
Thank you for that. And Lazarus. That's right. He put one in there. Thank you. Warcry put one in there.
Mm-hmm. Xanafan
711. Yep. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got everybody. I'm looking. I don't see anybody else.
Did you add, did you say Jay?
Oh, of course. AKA Geardat. Oh, I'm sorry.
You forgot Jay.
I'm sorry. It's not AKA Geardat
How
anymore.
dare you?
Someone took his name on Twitter. I felt so
amateur
bad.
Bullshit.
It is amateur bullshit. I agree. We just call him Jay. Everybody knows Jay. So thanks, Jay. Jay gave us some good ones too. And throughout the year you'll hear them. It just didn't happen to pull up. If I didn't hear yours tonight, it just didn't happen to come up in our list.
Yep.
So
By Torrid is another one.
By Torrid, yes. Ron. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Am I missing anybody else? Did we get everybody?
I'm just doing a quick scroll through. Uncle Scumdeath, of course.
I mentioned him. Hey, Lana.
Okay.
This is my little surprise. I didn't know how to tell Hazel about this, but I wanted you to do me a favor. I want to test Hazel's Twitch reflexes tonight. What do you think?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Your only job is to just keep track of how many he got correct. Okay.
Are you timing it?
I'm gonna time it. I'm gonna put my timer on. I'm gonna put my timer on where everyone will hear when it goes off. Timer. So prepare yourself, Hazel.
Mm-hmm. I hope my the level of my excitement is through the roof for this. I hope it's feeding through.
Are you feeling it?
For fuck. All right.
You better get 16.
No, it doesn't matter because he's part of the show. He'll be exempt from any prizes. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I wanted to do this earlier. In the year, but we just never got around to it. It seemed like every time we wanted to do it, it just didn't gel. So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight.
Great.
1 minute. All right, I got that set. Make sure the volume's up so everyone can hear it when it goes off. Yes. Let me pull up my questions.
I feel like this is fair. Yeah, stop your attitude, okay?
This is
you have to do it. You do it to other people. Your turn, karma, bitch.
All right. Are you ready, Hazel?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What was your favorite gaming console?
PS4.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Void, Solar, or Arc?
Arc.
Fast texting or fast reading?
Fast reading.
Eris Morn or Marasov?
Marasov.
Vader or Yoda?
Veda.
Is white
Veda.
chocolate actually chocolate?
No.
Is chili soup?
Yes.
What is your favorite accent?
Spanish. Fuck.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Boxers or brief or thong?
Thong.
Do you play racing games?
No.
Cars or trucks?
Trucks.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Your favorite ramen flavor?
Chicken.
Are you ticklish?
Yes.
How many Discord servers are you in?
Too fucking many.
Winter or Summer Olympics?
Winter.
Okay. All right.
I'm pissed.
Hey, now keep in mind, Lana, this guy
I'm competitive.
here.
His questions were easier. I hate him.
It's all random, Lana. But this game, you got to remember it. This guy's been doing this every week for
okay,
since July.
but you're gonna be the judge here, okay? He got 18.
Okay.
He got 18 questions, but I have to point out that when you said Vader or Yoda, you said Veda. So does that count?
It counts. It counts.
No.
I think he was wanting to say Yoda, but then said Vader, and then mixed them together and said
It's like
Veda.
Veda.
I was trying to don my inner Chris 3711 and Maddie bot, where it's like Veda.
Well, one night this week you can spring it on me, Hazel. All right. Well,
all right.
I'll send you all the questions, and you can do it too.
That works for me.
All right, just fair is fair. So, hey, but on the bright side, good job, Lana. 17.
Yes,
questions.
good job, Lana. Good job.
Yeah, you don't count.
Thanks for being a good sport. We appreciate that. Just wanted to mention, just a side note, we have decided to keep the channel in our Discord labeled Speedrun Question Ideas in our Discord permanently. So if you're on about working and you think about an either or question or something like that, that would be a quick answer, you know, a short 1 or 2 word answer, and you think it'd be a great question for the speedrun for next year, add them there. So we appreciate that. Okay. Hey, that was fun.
Can I ask you a question, Gator?
Sure.
Okay, listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're in a race.
Okay.
You pass the guy in second place. What place are you in? Don't think, answer.
I'm in first place.
I'm sorry.
I'm in first place.
Repeat that.
I'm in first place.
You're in a race. You pass the guy in second place. You're in first place?
I think so.
I can do math. I know the answer.
You're in a race.
What's the answer, Hazel?
Second place.
Yes.
Wait a minute. How am I in second place? Oh, yes. Good one. Good one. That's right, because he's in second place. There's someone still ahead of him. Duh. Yeah. Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna use the old card. Yeah, I'm pulling it out. Old card. I'm flashing it right now. Old card. All right.
Well, you're not feeling well. We'll give you the escape route.
If you guys haven't noticed, my voice is a little different tonight. It's because my son came down from Minnesota for the holidays, and I think he brought something from the plane ride, and I'm dealing with it. So bear with me, guys. I'm hanging in there. So hey, let's move on, guys. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Okay. Hey, let's see what everybody's been watching and playing this week. Lana, since you're our guest of honor, what have you been watching this week?
You know, I've been watching a lot. I bounce around. So I finished The Mandalorian. I am on the last episode of The Witcher.
Oh,
I'm going to start Shameless, the new season of Shameless soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I started the second season of You.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I watched a documentary on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have it there in the States, but it's called Don't Fuck with Cats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think
So that's what I've been watching lately.
Wow.
A little bit of everything.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're like me. You spread it around. You watch a lot of different things. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. What about you, Hazel?
Well, like Lana, started the second season of You. That is a fantastically creepy show.
I'm gonna have to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that. I'm gonna have to get that in my queue. Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
just it'll make you worry for your daughter. Just
Oh, no.
yeah, you know,
Okay.
it'll make you want to never like let her on social media or make sure she buys curtains for her house, unlike everybody in the show.
Oh boy. Okay.
Lana knows.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Aside from that, I've checked out. I'm watching a new show called Reprisal on Hulu about this woman who gets basically like drugged through a cornfield and left for dead. Of course, she's not dead, and then she decides to take up revenge as a hobby. So yeah.
Oh, that sounds like something I'd like.
Wait a minute, that sounds very familiar.
It's got a weird vibe to it.
There's a movie coming out about that. Just so you know, I'm gonna be watching it.
Is it a true story or why?
No. This is nowhere near true. It's all like kind of like 50s kind of vibe to it. So everybody's like, I mean, it's weird. It's like I thought it was like the 1950s until like somebody ripped out a cell phone, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But yeah, it's really cool though. I mean, and super violent and that. So yeah, so there's that. I did check out Ready or Not, only because I really wanted to listen to One of Us. That's the horror podcast that Briz does.
Oh yeah.
And that was the last episode that they did, and I got sick of seeing it, so I went ahead and I watched Ready or Not. That was definitely a little bit blood soaked. I loved it. So yep.
Very nice.
What about you, sir?
Oh boy, where do I start? I mean, we've been off 2 weeks, so I've watched a lot of stuff. I will start by this. I did finish this 3rd season of The Expanse on Prime Video. I was pretty happy with it. Ended pretty good. A lot of up and downs. There's a couple slow episodes, but overall, definitely see it. If you saw the first 2 when Prime or Amazon took it over and made the 3rd season, it's really good. Good production quality. It is a little, it still is a little TV showish. It's not that high production, but it was very good, very good. There's definitely a 4th season coming, by the way. The way it ended, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to ruin anything.
I thought this was the 4th season.
No, it's the 3rd. Released. It's the 3rd season. Now watch me get this wrong. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
The magic of editing, I'll fix everything. In fact, watch this. Watch this.
He sounds like he knows everything.
I finished the 4th season of The Expanse. There, see, I'll put that in if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I also watched the season finale of Saturday Night Live with my buddy, Eddie Murphy. He did his old bits like Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, Butt Wheat, Gumby, and God, it was so great hearing him come back. He's on a big comeback trail in the U.S. He's got a lot of stuff lined up, including his movie on Netflix called I Am Dolomite. I got to watch that still.
Mm-hmm.
I just got YouTube TV, and I've been kind of testing it out because I'm thinking about ditching DirecTV, the satellite cable network. And I've been watching I'm on season 2 of Cobra Kai now. It's pretty good. I was a big fan of the movies in the 80s, so it's enough to keep me interested. The production quality is not super high. It's a lower budget movie, but movie series, show, whatever you want to call it. And so it was pretty productive watching these last 2 weeks. I tell you what, I had someone call me out on another podcast about some guy who watched all these movies and gave his top 10 movies of the year or something. So, hey, cue the music. That's where I add the music.
I hope you leave that in too.
This is Gator's top 10 movies of 2019. Now, if you guys have heard me do movie reviews, I'm not going to do one this week because I've got my top 10 list to share with you guys. Now, just some stats here. Overall, in 2019, I watched a total of 73 movies. And since our podcast was released in July of 2019, I have watched 39 movies since our podcast has been on. Now, I'm basing this on movies that were so good. And what I define as a good movie is a movie you watch and months later you still think about it. So it at least had some impact in your head. I'm not going with all the fanfare and box office and all that. So some of these movies you might not even know about. So number 10, drum roll. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This was Quentin Tarantino's latest movie. I guess number 8, I think, of his 10 that he says he's going to put out. I still remember this movie with Brad Pitt and wow, I'm losing it tonight.
Leo.
Yes, thank you, Leo DiCaprio.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. I still remember it to this day. It was a movie about how things were and behind the scenes in Hollywood back in the day. And there's some other parts in there too. I won't spoil in case you haven't seen it yet. Number 9, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. And I have to put this in here. I know there's been a lot of people saying yes, it's great or it's crap. And after this, we're going to talk a little bit about Rise of Skywalker. So we'll get into that later. Number 8, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This was the animated series that came out, animated movie for the Spider-Man. I've never, ever seen an animated series that was done so well at a movie for a big box movie theater.
Yep.
Number
I
7.
agree.
Number 7, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. This was Tom Hanks's latest movie about Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, see, you got me thinking about it. Jeez, my mind is going. I'm losing it, man. That was so heartfelt. Very well acted. Very great writing. Very good story. I still remember that movie today. Number 6, I have to throw this one in here. Captain Marvel. I thought it was very good. It was very well written. It was a little bit different than a lot of the Marvel movies I've seen in the past. I thought it was very good. I still remember a lot of the scenes in it, especially toward the end. And I put that right above Avengers Endgame because that was the finale.
Above.
No, I put it below. I put it just barely below Avengers Endgame because Avengers Endgame was the big finale. It was the big closing of all those Marvel movies together at the end of the year. So at the end of this whole big Marvel universe came all tied together in this movie. And if you haven't seen that, then God help you. Number 4, John Wick Chapter 3. I'm a huge John Wick fan. And even though this movie wasn't as good as Chapter 2, I still have to put it on my list because I still remember those fight scenes on the motorcycle. Very, very good. Very well choreographed. A lot of action. I like that kind of stuff. Number 3, The Joker. Very well done. This is Joaquin Phoenix's best movie I've ever seen him in so far. And he's been in a lot. And I know he's very much a method actor, but he really was into this movie. So believable the way he did stuff. All right, number 2, Ford v Ferrari. This was
Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
It was a very good movie. This is one I had seen previews on all year long. It seems they really promoted this movie, and I think this is the first time those two had acted together. It was really good chemistry. I kind of, because I'm an Adam Carolla fan. Adam Carolla already released a documentary about Ford v Ferrari, and I kind of knew how this story was, but it was really nice to see it on the big screen and expanding on that. And number 1. My most memorable movie of 2019, Dr. Sleep. I know everyone's kind of like, what? Dr. Sleep? If you saw the original Shining, this was the preview. This was the next story in Stephen King's novels after The Shining. This was his answer to The Shining. And it's where they come back to the hotel where The Shining began. And if you haven't seen this movie, and you don't even have to be into a horror movie, you don't even have to be a horror movie fan, and I'm not a big horror movie fan. This movie, still to this day, and I saw it long ago, I'm still thinking about this movie all the time. And I'm just going to throw this out there to Brisbear. Dr. Sleep. Put that one in your show, buddy. That will be a great movie for you guys to review. It's very good. Now, I have to have 3 honorable mentions here because there were so many movies. One honorable mention was Art of Racing in the Rain. This was a very heartfelt movie as well. It was very, very memorable. Glass. This was M. Night Shyamalan's most recent movie, and I'm a big fan of Unbreakable. Unbreakable is my favorite movie of all time from him. And the fact that this tied into the Unbreakable movie, I had to put this on my list, at least as a mention. And finally, Us. This was a very good, and it was kind of a horror type movie, and I hope, again, I don't know if Briz has done this movie on his horror podcast. I'm not a horror movie guy, but it was a very good movie. The director for that was
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele. This was Jordan Peele's. I think this was his second movie after his original one, and very, very good. I came very prepared tonight, you can tell. So those are my top 10 movies of
You brought me, so.
Yes, this is my top 20. This is my top 10 movies of 2019. I swear, man, my brain's on fire right now. I'm not used to thinking this quick on my feet. But yeah, so that's it. I think someone was alluding to that, and I wanted to make sure I answered it. So, but all that being said, I want to talk about two things. I want to first talk about Rise of Skywalker. I know there's been a lot of podcasts talking about this movie, but I want to know what you guys think about this movie. Lana, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think about this movie? What was your overall impression? Pluses, minuses?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent until I stepped foot outside of the theater and checked my phone and talked to my friends and like heard all the, not negativity, but just the criticisms. And then certain things like fell into place. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's true. That was stupid. But in the moment, I thought it was excellent. Unbiased opinion before I heard everybody else's opinions. The only thing that I didn't like was that she took the name Skywalker.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I didn't understand that either.
And when Chewie got the medal at the end there, I don't know why.
Was that from the original episode 5 when they all got medals from the princess? You know, when they rescued Princess Leia in the very first movie. You know how they stood in front of the podium.
Yes, and they all got medals, but Chewie didn't get a medal.
That's
bitch that gave him one, and Skywalker wasn't even there and doesn't even know about that. But she gave him the medal and was super emotional about it.
Yeah, that's what I picked up on it. So
yeah, I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I cried a lot.
Okay, fair enough.
At nothing, but I just cried because everything was ending.
What'd you think, Hazel?
I was okay with it until about halfway through. Well, it wasn't really just a scene. It was just about halfway through, it dawned on me like everything that happened in The Last Jedi had no impact whatsoever on this movie.
Yeah, it was kind of an answer to it, wasn't it? That's what everybody keeps saying. It was J.J. Abrams' way of getting back at Rian Johnson for Rian Johnson, whatever his name is.
Ryan, yeah.
Ryan, for doing that movie. You agree with that?
Well, honestly, I just think it was a bigger issue where there was no oversight to the whole trilogy, where nobody said, hey, this is what we want to do. Mm-hmm. Because if there were somebody over it going like, hey, this is the first movie, the second movie, and this is the third movie, then, Rian Johnson wouldn't have had carte blanche to do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, I'm not a Star Wars fan. So when I saw The Last Jedi, I fucking loved it. I was like, holy shit, if they're all going to be like this going forward, then I'm going to be, fan number one. And then like all of a sudden I heard like all the hate for it and everything else. And I was just like, okay, well, obviously I'm not a Star Wars fan, so it's not directed at me. But I just thought that the way that Rian Johnson set it up so that everybody has the Force.
Have you guys
basically
heard?
At the end of the movie, it's like,
Finn.
Finn had the Force. Everybody had the Force, technically. I mean, at the end.
Yeah, but nobody addressed like Finn even being sensitive to it.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Did you guys
Who cares?
Did you guys hear the latest hubbub?
There.
About
what
J.J.
the hell
Abrams?
is being? What was that?
There was a Reddit post that's gone national, and if you Google it, J.J. Abrams got screwed by Disney. Just Google that; it'll give you the whole Reddit post. But in a nutshell. Yeah. J.J. Abrams intended the movie to be 3 hours and 3 minutes long. Instead, it was 2 hours and 22 minutes long. There were so many scenes, like the part when Finn was supposed to say, oh, by the way, Ray, I wanted to tell you. And he goes, never mind. He was supposed to, what he was intending
and
to
then you never find out?
Well, what J.J. Abrams, or what this Reddit post stated, is that J.J. Abrams had that in there that he was supposed to tell her that he was Force sensitive. And there was an actual scene in the movie where he moves something on the Death Star, or when they're on the battle cruiser, he's trying to reach for something and he actually moves it and he's scared. He surprised as shit that he did it. And I think that's why he was supposed to say that to her, but it was cut out. And what they're saying,
the part that like 100% gave it away though?
What's that?
Was when they were leaving the ships and stuff and they were going down a corridor and Rey was dying. She was dead.
Right.
And then Finn's like, no, Rey! But he wasn't anywhere near her.
Right.
Exactly.
But he knew, he felt it. Then at that moment, I'm like, okay, confirmed, but at least, develop it better.
But here's the thing, though. Okay. At the end of The Last Jedi, they basically said everybody has the fucking Force, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people
little
do.
kids in fucking stables are like, dancing around with like brooms and shit.
Yep.
So Finn being Force sensitive, yank. I mean, who cares?
Well, he was a stormtrooper that defected.
So what? He had the Force too. I mean, in a way, because everybody had it.
Just because everybody has the Force doesn't mean they can utilize it and put it to use and form it into what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Like you could be Force sensitive, but not, have the power of healing or do mind tricks or.
I just kind of thought that like Rian Johnson was setting it up for the third movie to be like a bunch of like Rey and everybody teaching like all these people how to be Jedi and things like that. And then it was going to be like some big battle between like stable boys with lightsabers against like the Sith and things like that. Okay, maybe they have better writers than I do, but apparently, according to this movie, maybe not. But but the one thing I did read though is that there are actually 3 versions of the movie that I saw. Like one of them was J.J. Abrams' version, and what's her name, Kathleen
Kennedy.
Yeah, their version of it. Then Eisner did a version of it, the owner of Disney, and then they brought back Lucas to do a third version. And I don't know like which version they picked, but I think that it's like it was like Kathleen Kennedy's version and J.J. Abrams' version scored the lowest, and then Eisner scored next highest, and then Lucas's scored the highest. So,
well, from what boiling this Reddit post, this whole hubbub down, in a nutshell, what they're saying is J.J. Abrams really loved Star Wars, and he wanted to make it all right. He wanted to correct. When he did The Force Awakens, he didn't have the freedom that he was supposed to have on this movie. And what this source is saying on the Reddit post is that he was so distraught that right before the big promotion of the movie and stuff, he was sulking for a long time at home. He was frustrated. And supposedly what happened was they were going so fast filming this movie and cutting it in the editing room that it was happening so quickly that J.J. Abrams couldn't keep on top of it. And what Disney did in post, they took a lot of stuff out of the movie that he wanted in. And then they re-recorded voices over certain things. Like, for instance, the very last scene where Rey starts to hear all the voices of all the past Jedis.
Yeah.
They're trying to band together to help her against Palpatine. They were supposed to be Force Ghost all around her. They were supposed to be
I was going to say, what a missed opportunity.
They were supposed to be a barrier. They were supposed to provide a barrier where they were protecting her from Palpatine. And apparently ghosts aren't really popular in China, and this movie totally bombed in China, by the way. They took it at the corporate up and ups shareholders took it out because they were so worried that China wouldn't like that. They don't like ghosts.
Oh, who fucking cares?
I'm like, come on, this is an American
Star Wars
movie.
isn't for China.
This is a fucking American movie. What the hell do you give a shit about China? I mean, they don't freaking buy everything. But
Disney is for money, though.
I understand.
Have you seen the documentary on Disney Plus, though?
Yes.
No.
About the making of Star Wars originally?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. What is it called?
Oh my god, it was so good. I don't remember.
It was like Empire of Dreams, something.
Empire of Dreams. It was very good.
Yes. I did watch that. And basically
Yeah.
Star Wars from day one was an absolute shit show.
It was.
And I feel like none of the movies have had the time, dedication, budget, whatever it needed to be what the vision was supposed to be. But if you watch that documentary on Disney Plus, it's like,
it was very good.
Wow, it went horribly wrong, and wow, poor George Lucas. Like,
if it wasn't for George Lucas and his innovative ways to record ships flying and all these
he worked
backgrounds.
24/7 for a long
Yes.
time and like stressed out, and everything was going wrong. And
yeah. And he's done this for for a long time now, and everyone's like, well, why did he sell it to Disney? I'm like, well, geez, Look how long he's been doing this movie.
Yeah, but in the documentary, he even says like his whole thing was he wanted to protect Star Wars. He didn't want a corporate entity coming into it, taking away his rights.
Well, they must have.
But then at some point, I feel like Disney snuck its way in, and
now he's a multi-billionaire. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
If someone offered me several $1 billion for my franchise, I think I would think twice, especially if I was getting older and starting to think about the end of life and enjoying my fruits of all my work. But I don't know. Anyway, from what I'm hearing, Disney, people in the know in the industry have never heard of a development company making changes to movies without the director even knowing, and that's what blew me away. The fact that they did this all behind J.J. Abrams' back, and they even quoted him as saying, "What the fuck?" when he watched a screening of some of this. He was quoted as saying, "What the fuck?" and he kind of giggled nervously, and that was that. But I
feel like corporate companies think they know the fans, like they're going to get more money if they do it their way, but they couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah.
Well, all of them.
See, they tried to do too much in this movie. This movie should have been 2 movies, but they wanted to finish the trilogy, right? You know what? I'm going to.
But they didn't even really finish it. She took the name Skywalker.
You think? You know what? You think of.
There's so many cliffhangers. It's not fucking done.
You think of all the Star Wars movies that have been out. Now, just forget about the first 3. 5, 6, and 7. Just forget about 4, 5, and 6. Just forget those. Those are classics. You can't touch those. The remaining movies, the shit show that was, the story of Anakin and all that. I mean,
okay, I didn't mind that, but okay.
The special, no, I enjoy the movies because I'm a sci-fi fan. I'll watch shit. I'll watch all kinds of sci-fi, good or bad. But what my favorite of the latter generation movies? What are my favorite 2 movies from George Lucas?
What?
Rogue One and Solo. Fantastic movies. You know why?
Really?
Because I don't have to worry about stupid Luke Skywalker. It's a totally different. It's a total side shot.
What did Luke do wrong, man?
No, I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about dealing with Finn and all these characters that we're supposed to keep up with and worried about this and that. Rogue One was a totally separate offshoot of this trilogy, and it was fantastic.
Do you think Mandalorian is a total?
Well. You know what?
Offshoot?
That's a good point. Let's shift over to that now. Now, spoiler warning,
Boom.
guys.
I should be a host. I just transitioned right into that.
If you have not seen all of Mandalorian, please fast forward 5 minutes because we're going to talk about it. Lana, what do you think? What do you think of the first season now that it's done?
Loved it.
Yeah, can't say more than that. I'm serious. That's exactly the feeling. I'm like, give me more, please, and give it to me next
Baby
week.
Yoda is everything.
Now, what do you think? You think they're going to be sidekicks, or you think he's gone from the story now for next season?
In that one episode when he choked what's her face, the ex trooper there, I kind of thought that Yoda was going to go to the dark side, like he was going to be a Sith Yoda. But I really hope that they expand more on what happens to him. Because at the end, like Mando has 2 options. He can just kind of take him and train him to be a Mandalorian or whatever, or take him to the people that know the Force and he can train there and be what he's supposed to be. And I'm just excited to see how it plays out.
Well, that's the question: is where does he take him? He tried to.
Where does he take him? Is he gonna find more people that are like Jedi that can help? Or
well, he tried to drop him off at that peaceful village where he met that one woman, and the bounty hunters were still following and tracking him to there. So he's like, well, I can't leave him here. So where do you leave him?
Well, he's supposed to be finding the Jedi. Remember, like the wizards that he talked about.
Yes,
that they talked about in there.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
So,
yeah, he's supposed to go find them.
Yep.
Bring Baby Yoda there and let him be with people that are like him.
I don't remember this part. Why am I forgetting this? That's a pretty crucial point to know. He had to go find. Now, when did he get tasked with that? Who told him to do that?
Was the armorer.
Yes, the lady Mandalorian who stayed behind. Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Who was an utter and complete badass, by the way.
Yes, she is. That is for sure. What did you think about the prison break one? I thought that was pretty cool. How they switched gears a little bit, and then to find out at the end that it was the Baby Yoda's whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he gets in the ship at the end. He goes, "I told you it wouldn't work." I told you. He says, "I told you it was a bad idea."
Yep.
He must have, forced it into his mind or something with using the Force or something. I don't know. But yeah, man.
My absolute favorite scene though in like the entire series was them punching Baby Yoda.
Are you kidding? Get out!
Hilarious.
You know what?
Get out!
I looked over at my wife. I said, "He's that guy punching Baby Yoda. He's so dead." That guy.
That was not funny. That was horrible. I died inside.
I was cracking up so much. I'm like,
did you hear the little sounds he made?
I did.
Like a squeaky toy.
It was so sad. He's like, oh,
someone needs to do a
so
meme with that.
sad.
Yeah. And just for the record,
They're
yes,
trying
I'm a
to shoot
horrible
the
person.
cans.
Oh yeah, that was great. I loved that. That whole scene was just beautiful to me.
And he whips out his gun. He's like, watch this. Misses.
I mean, he's like 6 feet away from the can. He can't shoot with a blaster.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the aim assist is probably pretty strong on blasters by then, But you know what my favorite part is? Was the assassin bot.
Yeah.
How awesome was that bot, man? He ended up getting reprogrammed. He actually protects the child. That was so cool. And when he went in there and like it was, I'm guessing it was, I think it was episode 2 where he goes in there and realizes, Mando finds out that he's on, trying to get the same bounty, and he just goes in there and starts cleaning. He goes, I saw that bot in previous Star Wars. I'm like, what a piece of junk. How's that thing supposed to hurt anybody? And when you saw how he moved, that was pretty awesome. I love that part.
Yeah.
Any favorite part for you, Lana?
Anything with Baby Yoda in it.
I got you.
But the prison scene where Mando just like went off on everybody, I really like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like the only time, not the only time, but one of the good times where they showed off the Mandalorian skills and battle and everything.
I got to call bullshit on one part of this show, though. I don't understand what they were thinking when they wrote this in. The leader, the Sith Lord or whatever that comes down on the ship, and he I recognized him. He's from Breaking Bad. He was one of the bad. Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Chicken guy.
Chicken Man.
Yep.
Gus.
Exactly.
Yeah, Gus. Gus, it blew half his face off. Yeah, that Gus. When he comes down, he goes, "All right, I will be back in 5 hours." I'm like, what? Dude, they're in there. They're in there. You got a blaster, and he walks away and says,
I'll be back in 5 hours.
You have till daybreak." I'm like, what? No. Who wrote that part?
He had to go to the bathroom. Calm down. He's an older guy.
Did you see his lightsaber at the end, though?
Yeah.
That was pretty badass.
When he cut through?
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, I for sure went online and started looking at everything. I was like, what the hell happened in this episode? What was this lightsaber?
What is that color? What does it mean? What is going on?
It's a black lightsaber, apparently.
I don't know. All I know is, as soon as the Sith Lord finds out, I'm calling him a Sith Lord loosely. Don't freaking shame me on that. I don't know what he's called. He's one of the higher ups in the Imperial Majesty, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, as soon as the agent says I've secured him, they blast the wall down and kill everybody in the room. And somehow our heroes live, of course, through all that bullet spray. I'll suspend my disbelief for that. But then when he puts up the big rail gun and he's about to ready to mow him down, he says, "Okay, you have till sundown to make a decision." I'm like, that's such bullshit. There's no way that would happen in real life. You're using this urgency to cut down the frickin' wall where they are, and they can't open this grate. Really? You can't open the storm grate? You got blasters and all kinds of stuff, and you can't open the storm grate. It's welded shut. Really? I'm like, I just wasn't buying some of that. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
Well, let's just go with he didn't have the asset, Baby Yoda, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he thought he just needed to hold on to these people a little bit longer because they could be leveraged into getting him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He knew his guys had him outside of the wall, but he didn't have him yet. So he's like, okay, get them cooperation or guarantee something. Like maybe he just wasn't sure.
I guess.
Yeah, that was one thing I had an issue with there was when the damn robot went flying in to harm's way with the baby.
With the baby, right? And he's supposed to protect him, but he's like shooting and he's like, I'll protect you. And then just gunfire everywhere.
There's some questionable writing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, you could have abandoned the baby and been a better parent than flying it into danger.
Yeah.
What about Mando letting the droid take off his helmet?
It was nice to see him because I'm sure he's, he gets credited for the speaking part every week. It was nice. I'm wondering if that was in his contract. Someone's got to see his face. They got to see my face. It's got to be in the first season. They got to know what I look like. I wonder if it was in his contract.
I almost didn't like it because it like ruins the illusion or whatever.
No, but it makes him more human.
The badassness or the mystery or whatever's under the helmet, it kind of ruined that. But at the same time, he lived because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that and also
I'm all right with it.
Yeah, no living person saw him.
Right.
So he still can wear the helmet and everything.
And he's still abiding by his code.
But we saw it, and now that I know that there's a little man in there. My imagination could have been, not that I didn't know who he was anyway, because I'm a massive Game of Thrones fan.
Right.
Like my imagination could have kept going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, how awesome was it to see Bill Burr in there? In that Prison Break episode. Was that funny? That was great.
Who?
Bill Burr, the comedian. He played one of the baddies when they were trying to. Oh, I'm sorry, you're from Canada. Bill Burr's a big comedian. I've seen him in concert actually.
He's also in Breaking Bad too.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's kind of funny. A lot of Breaking Bad overlap here on the Mandalorian show. But yeah, it was. I thought it was the Prison Break one was kind of off the wall. It was a very much like separate from the regular, storyline of the show. I thought it was a good break. I thought it was nice and fresh to hear that. So, but I saw, I said, hey, it's Bill Burr. That's pretty cool. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. Question for you guys. So what do you think happens next with Star Wars? You're Disney. You've got infinite money. What do you do?
Oh, they're going to keep it going. It's going to be like beating a dead horse. They've already done it. Rogue One, Solo, Mando. They've done 9 movies. It's not going to end.
Think about all the characters they can do side quest on. Anybody, pick anybody. They can. I mean, they did Solo. I thought they did a great job of Solo. I thought that was so great.
I never saw it because the reviews were
dude, you got to see it. Oh,
I didn't see either just because I'm so tired of it.
No, you
and they can do all the spin-offs or side stories they want.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I won't think any of the characters are like legendary.
I'm telling you.
Like Anakin or Luke or anything, you know what I mean?
Don't believe the hype. It was a very well put together movie. I loved it. And just see it and then you can come back and tell me what you thought because
no.
All right.
I've watched it 4 times, okay? Enough said.
What?
Yes. It was on.
Did you fall asleep during 3 of them?
No, it's on Netflix right now this month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, well, I need some white noise. I'm working on this on the computer. Let's have it playing on the other monitor. It's such a great movie. It was a whole different line of characters. It opens up a whole new world of baddies, of lords, and this crummy little planet where he starts out on. I'm not going to give it away, but it's really good. And then his girlfriend that he's loved forever. Way things
Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Yeah, it is.
Daenerys Targaryen and Han Solo.
It is Daenerys.
Together forever.
She does a really great job too. I mean, you got to see it. It's really good. Really good. So
is that where Drogon took her? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But
when she disappeared there for a bit.
But my thought though is that they're going to try to like Marvelize it. Where they're going to like do like these like spin-off movies and then they're going to bring them all back together for like another trilogy.
That's kind of the logical way it would go, don't you think, Hazel? Is to start saying all these.
That's how you make money, but holy shit.
Well, okay. Let's think back here. Jabba the Hutt. We don't really know a lot about him. Maybe if we heard his story.
I don't give a fuck about Jabba.
No, stop. It's too many. You're killing it.
No, they need to talk about all these side characters that we just got to breeze. I mean, let's face it. All the Star Wars movies breeze by so fast that you really don't get any character development. The story moves so fast in all these regular trilogy movies that you don't really get any. And I think Disney knows this, and I think what they're going to do is they're going to okay, we're going to break down this character and tell this story. I'm telling you, Solo was well done, and that was the director was
Help him, Hazel.
he played Opie.
Ron Howard.
It was Ron Howard. It was a Ron Howard film, man. I mean, it was so good. It was so good. See, there's a reason Hazel's here. There's a reason. he's my information line.
What if Destiny came out with a movie to help with character development?
I think that's one of our questions this week. We'll wait to answer that one later. Yeah, it's one of our questions from our Discord this week.
Would I have to tell Gator who everybody is in that too? I'm just kidding.
You might. I'm terrible with names. Even my own clients, I'm terrible. I even tell them up front, I'm sorry. My short-term memory is so bad. I'll shake your hand and say, oh, nice to meet you. And then I'll go right back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name again. It's so embarrassing. It's something I have to work on. It's really bad. I don't understand it, but I can remember the dumbest stuff, but I can't not remember. I'm terrible with names. But, well, hey, let's switch gears here. I don't want to stick on this too long here. We got other things to talk about. What have you been doing in gaming this week, Lana?
Grinding.
Yeah, me too. Have you got all the obelisks ranked up where you need them?
Of course.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know who you think you're asking, but of course.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you going for the Savior title this season?
I go for all the titles.
Do you really have all the titles so far?
I don't have the Crucible one.
That one's tough.
I just need to get Legend 2 more times, and then I'll have it.
Oh, that's good. Wow, you are complete.
I don't know what other one I'm missing, but for them, they're all doable. Like, I can do them. It's just...
Did you get Undying?
I did.
Wow, that's
the thing is just, like, with these seasons, I feel like everything's missable.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do everything within the timeline, you can't get it again, and I hate that.
Yeah, FOMO.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of doing bounties. But every day I get on and I grind so many bounties because I got to get my artifact up. I got to do all this stuff. Yeah. When really I just want to, work on other triumphs or just play Crucible for like 5 hours for fun. But no. I have time. I have to grind the bounties and I have to get the title. There's no time. I got to get the lore. I got to do the sundial.
How many weeks do we have left of this season, Lana? Do you know?
Not enough.
No, that's right. I think we have till like the end of February, don't we? I think because there's going to be I think that's part of the season. I think the final part of the season is the Crimson Days or whatever they call it.
Are you doing the dawning stuff? Like, are you working on repairing the ship and doing what's her face's bounties and
the cookies and stuff, all that stuff too?
Yeah, the oven.
I've been working on it, but my God, 50 cookies in a week. You know how much playing you got to do to get all that essence? That's crazy.
You got to do it anyway if you're doing bounties to get your artifact up or doing sundial.
I tell you, on one of my characters, on one of my accounts, I play 2 accounts. I play one on PC and one on PS4 and PC. On my one Exterminator account, I am almost at 100.
Wait.
Damn.
Wait. Did you just say Exterminator?
Exterminator is my You love it? I love that name. Exterminator.
Yes.
Because I'm an exterminator. I'm a Gator fan. I was born in
Exterminator.
Exterminator. Yeah, I actually was in the Bads clan before everything got all broken up. But yeah, I'm almost at 100. I'm at 95, I think. Now my other character, my Gator character, my one I normally play is I think I've been letting it lapse this week because of the holidays. Son and family's down. I think I want to say 89 on my Gator. So where are you guys at?
Damn. I think I'm at 2.
I know you've been playing other games, Hazel. You're exempt. I know you used this season to take a break, I think you said.
Yeah.
You still jump in, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, now that I got a PlayStation 4, I'm like jumping into like everything. I'm trying to play everything all over again. So I'm like playing Madden. I played Resident Evil 7. like going through, like, you name it, God of War, Star Wars. I'm just playing everything, and then it's just like, okay,
Nice.
like, all this is beautiful. And then I saw that Destiny with the HDR, and I was like, wow, this is pretty.
How's it look? Do you have a 4K monitor or TV or something to put it into?
Yep. Yeah, 4K TV.
It's nice, isn't it?
So, yep, it's what killed my PlayStation 4. So
the problem is it's at 30 frames, and your point of reference is smaller. On PC, your frames are double, if not more, and your frame of reference, your FOV, is like twice as wide. You can see everything a lot around you. You have really good peripheral vision, and that.
Yeah.
Once you get PC, man, I'm telling you, it'll be tough to go back PS4. The only reason I go to PS4 is to play Iron Banner with my buddies, Warcry and Vitorid and Jughead and all those guys. So, what about you, Lana?
Yeah.
Where are you on the season bar?
Me?
Yeah, where you at on your season bar?
Like 90 something, probably.
Yeah, you're right there too. You're doing the. See, I do the gunsmith bounties every day because I need those enhancement cores for future seasons. I'm doing the the gun bounties. I go in the tower and I just scoop up a bunch of them.
You know what you gotta do? This is what I do.
Okay.
I grab Saint 14
Yeah,
because his are like kill fallen,
yeah.
blah blah blah. You grab the gunsmith, which is like use a scout rifle, pulse rifle, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because hers are double XP.
Yeah.
Double XP, including
Yes.
the random ones.
That's right.
And then you go to the Last Wish Shirochi checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways you can do this. You can go to the Last Wish checkpoint, and you literally just stand there and you get all your scout rifle kills with all those sprawl that come pouring out.
Right.
Then you do your bow, then you do your rocket and whatever. You get your gunsmith done in like 5 minutes. Along with your Saint, you can get done pretty quick, and Ava when she wants arc weapons or auto rifle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to the moon and pick up Eris's bounties and get all those special kills, like using a scout rifle, using a sniper, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
in Sora's Harbor.
Yep.
Because all of her bounties usually take place there, and they're the same thing. They're like, get kills with the hand cannon, kill the hive, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, my thing is just doing as fast as I can, as efficiently as I can, and killing multiple birds with one stone.
Yeah, I'm very good at that too.
So, strategize it.
Yeah. My farming area is the Ori on Nessus. That right in the smack center where you start on a pylon way up in the air and you jump way down. And sometimes there's
Really?
the Ori. I love that. I love that lost sector.
Okay, Shirochi is much better.
Yeah.
Or that Hive lost sector on Mars, like the north part.
Yeah, that one's good.
Or just going to Mars and starting an EP if your blueberries aren't retarded and think that they're helping you and rush in.
Yeah.
For no reason, but
A lot of free to plays out there.
I just really like going to Shirochi. I can just bang everything out quick.
I'm not as familiar with. I mean, I've done Last Wish several times, but I'm not super familiar with the wish walls and all that stuff. I've done it before, but I haven't gone back to it in a while. Maybe I should check that out again.
You should. Easy. I use it for catalysts too.
And Hazel, you said you've been playing a lot of different stuff this week because you got your
I've just basically been seeing, like, hey, how beautiful is this in 4K?
Yeah, kind of sample.
So, yeah, I dove into Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, another game that it's an indie game, What Remains of Edith Finch.
Don't know.
It's a pretty fucked up game, actually.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's like you're tracing your family history, and everybody before you has died a horrible death. And you're trying to figure out if you're cursed or if it's just your family's unlucky. So, yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, pretty much everything in 4K is beautiful. That's and on a PS4 Pro. So.
Oh, okay, rub it in. Yeah.
Xbox girl here.
Well, Xbox, I mean, the One X, it's like almost the same thing, right?
I've got a One X.
Sure.
It's not the same.
I have a One X.
Okay. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to rub it in. Shit.
I have an SSD in my Pro, and it's almost as fast as my PC loading in. And I definitely notice a difference on the Xbox One X. It's not quite as fast.
Yeah, my SSD is on its way. So,
Dude, it's so easy to put in those PS4s. You literally take one screw out, you pull the hard drive, the spinner out. You literally push the SSD in and put the screw back in, and there you go. Now, you need to get a separate hard drive to download all your games, unless you want to re-download them all.
I have that. Yeah.
Back all that up, and then format it, and then you can load in whatever you want. Did you get the 500 gig one?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the Samsung one works really good. Yeah, it's very fast. But well, Tech Talk will be for another day. Hey, let's move on, guys. We still got a little bit to talk about.
Yeah, where are we?
I don't know. We're moving on to talk about.
We got like a page left.
We're getting there. We're getting there right after this. Okay, since we were kind of rough on Destiny 2 our last episode when we had 30 and Still Gaming on. He has some really good points, by the way. But we had a lot of critical things to say about Destiny, so I wanted to come back our first show of the year and talk about what has changed for the better in the last 2 years of Destiny 2 versus the old days of Destiny 1. Start off with you, Lana. What do you think? What do you want to start with?
Oh man, I feel like I barely remember D1, but I know character customization has really improved.
Yeah.
Like from your shader to your armor to your ornaments, emotes, emblems, like everything you can do with your character has really improved.
Remember you used to have to put a shader on every piece of armor? Now it's just boom.
Like you put a shader on and it applied to all of them.
Yes.
Yeah, it applied to everything.
Like you couldn't,
right away.
You couldn't pick like I just want this one on my head.
Right.
This one, you couldn't do it to your sparrows or your ghosts or anything like that.
That's right.
I feel like in D2 there's also more places to go just with the expansions and everything. It feels more open world. There's a lot more to do. There's a lot more activities, like with EP and literally activities. Different kinds of crucible you can load into. You can pick and choose your nightfall and story missions. I love the addition of triumphs.
Oh yeah, that was big.
And I don't know if you guys remember in D1, when you had to level anything up, whether it was a gun or something, you needed resources.
Yes.
Yep.
And there wasn't a ghost or something to help you find it.
Nope.
And I remember going to Mars and driving in the same circle over and over and over again.
Wasn't there
trying to get resources for like 5 hours? I just farmed
The swords.
Now I just go to Spider and buy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great that we have an exchange now. That's nice.
So much better. I don't miss that at all. Just going to planets, drive around, same circle, look up YouTube videos where the chests spawn, and you go around and around.
Yeah, I think you had your. If I remember correctly, there was a consumable you could digest or eat that would let you able to see resources for a certain amount of time. But once the timer wore off, and it was really quick. I think it was like 10 minutes.
And that was it.
And that was it. Then you had to keep eating them. You had to keep, consuming them to keep. I mean, I'd be there for hours farming.
Yeah, and it's worse when you have a blueberry because if they opened a chest,
yep,
I had to pick it up right after. It was going to despawn after like 10 seconds or whatever.
You know the one favorite thing that they added in Destiny 2 from Destiny 1 is the Lost Sectors. They are so freaking beautiful. They put a lot of work and time in these Lost Sectors. Each of them has their own little personality, so to speak, and their own set of bosses.
And blueberries can't fuck them up.
Yes, I was getting to that.
Whenever
you're farming stuff, say you want to farm kills for your bounties.
Fuck it up.
I'll give you an example. I mentioned the Ori. That's my favorite one because it's a bunch of Vex in there, and this season they seem to like killing a lot of Vex. So I will drop down in the Ori. I'll pick up the kill anything bounty because it usually resets about every so often, and just get some extra XP there. But you will have people. It's amazing how gamers are. You can be sitting there not doing a damn thing, just sitting there looking at your inventory. As soon as you fire and shoot something, everybody fucking swarms around you and says, "Oh, We can't let you get kills by yourself. We need to steal them because we want to troll. Every freaking time, man. Every freaking time I'm in there, I start killing stuff, and someone jumps down and decides, oh, they want to get kills too. And they're probably not even
They
doing
think you
bounties.
need help. They've
Yeah.
seen your aim.
What the fuck? No.
They're like, we need to help this man.
No, it's not that bad.
That's awesome.
It's so stupid. In the and think about it. Go back to Destiny 1. Where could you go to do that?
You couldn't.
Where blueberries wouldn't barge in. You'd have to go on parts of the map that no one knew about. Like on Cosmodrome, you'd have to go in some cave areas or something. Everybody knows about the loot cave, but I'm talking about areas where no one really can see what's going on. Because I remember going to that last part on the Cosmodrome where that Urok would fall down from the ship. Remember we had to kill Urok? Remember that bounty? You only got it, and it only popped out.
Yes.
It only popped out about every 30 or 45 minutes. Everyone.
Yes, and you would wait there and
everyone
wait
would be
and
sitting
wait
on the rock,
and wait.
and we'd all be waiting.
yeah.
Yes, waiting for it.
Yep.
And as soon as he drops, some asshole would come in there with a Nova bomb and kill him, and we wouldn't even get to him yet. And you'd be like, "Well, what the fuck?" No, if you didn't,
That motherfucker was impossible to kill.
No, but I'm telling you, someone would figure it out, or some people would go run and do it, and knock him out quickly with like multiple supers and stuff. Because I remember he was very vulnerable to arc, and people would come in there with arc supers, and you'd be like looking at if you're sitting there for 30 or 45 minutes, you would sit there, be looking at your inventory, looking at how much spin metal you needed or something, and all of a sudden you got
spin metal.
all of a sudden you're
Spin metal.
all of a sudden you're looking around like, what the fuck? Everybody left. Oh, he's already dead. Shit. Fuck this. I'm going to another planet doing something else. You remember those
Sometimes
days?
I wish you could just like turn off matchmaking completely.
Oh, no more.
Like just not
shared
have
areas.
anybody with you.
Well, you do. It's called Lost Sectors. You go to Lost Sector?
Yeah, I guess, but even like a regular Nightfall
Yes.
or
I know.
like the easy Nightfall or Vanguard strikes, I'm just like,
I'm with you.
I don't want you here. Get out.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
It's like you're fighting for kills. Yeah.
Absolutely, especially with those pinnacle weapons and everything. You're
Yes.
scrambling to beat each other. Yeah.
Bungie, if you're listening, and you probably aren't, but if you are listening, by chance, someone who works for Bungie is listening, I've wanted this for so long. Please allow us to single queue into Strike playlist. We can handle it. We're pretty powerful.
You know what I do?
What's that?
If it's like a bounty or like just like a regular strike bounty or something, I'll always load up Zol on Mars
Okay.
and then watch my 2 blueberries fuck off to do the strike.
And yeah, and you go.
And I go completely to the right and find a lost sector.
I've done that too.
And then even in Vanguard strikes, especially Mercury, like Mercury's the best one. Like whatever strike it is, you just go to that Vex lost sector at the beginning there.
Right.
And you just let your 2 blueberries carry you, do whatever, and you just farm that lost sector over and over. And at the end of the strike, they have like 80 kills each, and you have like 500.
I'm telling you, I've done that too. I've done every.
And they've never seen you, and also they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And you've got 500
This
kills.
is the reason I don't play strikes a lot, because every time I load in, everybody kills shit so quickly, especially because you got to use a bow to kill stuff. So you're not going to one shot. Well, you might be able to, but you got people using rocket launchers and shit, and it's like, come on, guys, I need to kill something here. And everyone
Go to a lost sector.
Everyone breezes ahead of you so fast. But see, we shouldn't have to do that. That's my point.
Yep.
You should be able to say, okay, strikes play. Because face it, these pinnacle weapons, if you don't go on strike playlist, you don't get credit for the points and stuff. So, like the buzzard, I just got the buzzard. You know how long I had to freaking run? Now, I got to admit, the pinnacle weapon, the buzzard, was a lot easier to get than in the past stuff. The past stuff.
Oh, all of them this season have been way easier than last season.
Thank you for that, Bungie, because you're fighting, you're competing with 2 other people to get the kills you need to get this stupid weapon. And if you made it a proximity thing where if they killed them for you, you still got credit for them, which I don't think that happens. You have to literally get a bullet on these at least one bullet on these things you're trying to complete. So that is the one thing when they added lost sectors, and I know they're not so lost, I get that, but it was so nice to escape somewhere to get your bounties done. Without
You can still do that though in Vanguard though, Gator. If you do regular Nightfall, it's not the ordeal.
Yeah, no, I've done that too. I've done regular Nightfalls.
Just regular Nightfalls. Pick a good one that has a lost sector close, and just go there and do your own thing.
Yeah, now you can solo queue Nightfalls, and I do that. I've done that to get my arc kills in the past for my fusion rifles and stuff that I need to get my pinnacles. But
yeah, I was doing that before, and I would go to I don't know which one it was, the one that's in the Dreaming City, where you go fight the witch and that kind of thing.
Right. Right.
But I would always like just get on my Sparrow and go the opposite direction and go to a what is it, the blind well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go there, and then because fun fact, there actually be people in there
playing already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that too.
So.
And you just let them do the work. Oh, blind well. When's the last time any of us did a blind well?
Exactly, right?
Months. I totally forgot there was even a blind well.
When was Dreaming City announced?
Wow.
Yeah, it's been that long. I mean, now that I don't have to do anything in blind well, why go there? Really.
I would like to not have to do anything with bounties, but I feel like honestly this grind for bounties and the artifact and the pass is never going to go away. So the rest of my D2 life is going to be grinding bounties.
Well, this is one,
which is kind of shitty because at some point I'd like it to fucking end so I can work on other things. But oh well.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. One thing I still think Bungie needs to figure out is they need to have a bounty board. Remember, you used to go to a bounty board in Destiny 1. There's all the bounties. Granted, there weren't a ton of them, but here's the thing about the bounties in Destiny 1 versus bounties in Destiny 2. Bungie, quit putting a time limit on these damn things. Quit giving me 24 hours to complete this bounty. I got 3 characters to do, and I have another account.
Why are you doing 3 characters?
Because I play all the characters. I mean, I main a warlock.
So do I.
I still love playing.
I probably have the same playtime on all 3 of my characters evenly across the board.
Well,
and I've decided for each season I play a different one. Last season I did warlock. This season I'm doing Titan. Next season I'll do Hunter.
Makes sense.
You don't need to do all 3. There's no need for it.
Well, you know me.
If you get one character up to 960, 970, and you play that character next season, you'll have that gear transferred over.
There's no reason to grind light this season. There's really no reason. Light
and you don't need to
nothing.
play 3 characters either. Spread it out.
Well, here's the reason I play 3 characters. You only get 4 daily bounties from Saint 14, and those give you a lot of what's it called, the fractaline. And I was using
You should. Are your obelisks not maxed?
They're all level 11. I maxed them all. In fact, I'm starting to wonder why.
So you've got nothing left to do then.
Yep. I'm looking at I am going for the Savior bounty on my Exterminator account, and I think
Savior bounty.
Did I say that? The Savior title.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
He thought it was a bounty.
I feel like it is sometimes, but I am going for that, and I think what I have left on that account is I've got to get the Pinnacle Crucible. I got to get the Pinnacle Gambit. Which I haven't played Gambit in a long time, and I love Gambit.
Do you have the Lord of Wolves catalyst?
Yeah, I've got that one done.
Because that dropped for me immediately this season.
Yeah, it did.
And for the Gambit, you just need shotgun kills. Put on that Lord of Wolves. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Good point.
Kitty boo.
There you go. Good tip. Because I still need to get that shotgun. I have to get the
Do it
Pinnacle
in regular
weapons.
Gambit though, not Prime.
I like Prime. Prime seems.
I know, but there's more enemies in regular.
They're a little softer too, aren't they? In regular.
Yeah,
that's true. Good point. There's a lot of yellow bars though. If you need to get yellow bar kills, Prime's the way to go. There's a lot of yellow bars.
I feel like Lana is enlightening Gator into so much right now. I can just see him his eyes are opening oh, I never thought about that.
No, I've played a lot of Gambit. It's just this last season or 2, it just hadn't been really any reason to do it. And I love playing the game. It's just I'm so busy like Lana. I'm so busy doing Saint 14 bounties. By the time I do Gunsmith, Saint 14, the cookie bounties.
Doesn't it feel rushed?
I feel like, okay, my time to play is done. I can't play Gambit.
Yeah.
Can't go play Crucible today. I don't have time. I already did all my bounties.
Sometimes I just want to LFG a fun raid or let's do an all void Garden of Salvation raid or something, but there's literally no time because I have to do all my bounties all the time.
I know. You need to
And that's the shitty part. And it's not going to end. It's not
You-
going to end after the season. It's going to be ongoing
Yeah.
forever.
You need to talk to
And that's what's
Duhas.
disappointing.
Duhas has just joined our server, our Discord server, and he is posting all kinds of console records. And this guy loves to run raids fast.
And what does he play on? PlayStation, probably?
I think he's.
I think he is on PlayStation. He might be on Xbox.
You're all on PlayStation, aren't you?
No.
A lot of our members from the Distinguished Guardians clan that were on PS4, they did most of them did migrate to our server first. I have to admit that, and then everyone else kind of followed in after that. But we started with our little group of PS4 players. That's how we got started.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Xbox players, add me. Lana space AEH.
I like that name. That's cool.
PC, you're not better than us. Goodbye.
Nothing wrong with PC. PC's just fine.
That's funny. Well, one thing that Gator, you were asking about, like that we like better in D2 than D1 originally,
right.
was I like the mobility of the supers now.
Move fast. The move fast drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was screwing around with D1 again just to see how it looked in 4K. And I was like, all right, I'm like, there's some guys. I was running Striker Titan. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop my super and I'm going to like take out all these guys. And then I was like, oh shit, it's one and done. And then I was like, okay, I've got to kill everybody else with a gun.
Right.
And then I punched them all. But anyway, but yeah, it was like, okay, wow, I'm like, that's one and done. That really, really blows. It was like a lot of the supers were just, that was it.
Yeah.
What was the Arc Hunter in D1?
Our arc blades.
Yeah.
Blade, yes. Invis Arc Blade with sticky nades.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That was me. I was Invis Arc Blade sticky nades with Mida and sidearm.
I hated you guys, and
Yes.
you could hear that shomp, shomp, shomp coming, and you're like, you're moving way too fast. I can't get away. Yeah, those are fun times. Well, let's talk about Crucible since we're on that topic. What do you think the Crucible's better than Destiny 1? You play little Crucible, Lana, don't you?
I have played a lot of Crucible, and to me, it doesn't feel like it's changed. I feel like in D2, it's maybe a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But between the two, nothing's really changed. A lot of people say Crucible is way better in D1. There wasn't so much special ammo and heavy ammo and blah, blah, blah. But people have complained since day one of D1 about Crucible.
Right.
And it's all the same, whether you use sidearm. People's like, oh, these fucking sidearms, or oh, these shotguns, or everybody's sniping, everybody's using hand cannon. Like, there's always some problem, some meta, somebody's always using the same gun. To me, it feels the same, and I still love it.
All I remember in Destiny 1 Crucible was Cold Heart and blinking shotguns. And
yes, I remember the blinking shotguns. I remember sidearms towards the end.
Yep.
Sidearms towards the end were super popular because they didn't rely on special ammo. I remember when they nerfed special.
Right.
One,
yeah.
like you only had a set amount. Everybody started using sidearms. I was one of those people.
Yeah.
Whatever, suck it.
No, I was too.
And
that was the meta. You had to use it.
But like everybody, like the really good players used snipers and hand cannons. In D2, the really good players still use hand cannons and snipers.
Right.
And then everybody has this need to complain about Crucible, but it's still the same thing. Let everybody use what they want to use. You died. Get over it.
You know what I've noticed from Destiny 1 versus Destiny 2? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, if you disagree. I think you can use a lot more varying weapons in Destiny 2 than you do. I think the Crucible, especially as far as kinetic weapons, I think they're the most balanced that they've ever been. I think they've really honed in on kinetic. Now, yeah, they got work to do on some of the different weapons in the energy slot, but I think you can use a lot more different types of weapons and play styles in Destiny 2 now than you could in
Oh,
Destiny
yeah.
1. Destiny 1, it was all about, okay, you're either a shotgun user, a cold heart user, or like me, I was a fusion rifle user. And it was like, okay, grab your special, run in there and use your fusion rifle, or your shotgun, or your sniper, sit back and lane and use your cold heart.
Cold Heart.
Cold heart. Am I saying cold heart?
See, I didn't see a lot of cold hearts in D1. I gotta be honest with you. It was
No,
just a
what's the
lot
one
of
the one that regenerated ammo?
1,000-yard stairs or.
No, not cold heart. That's the line rifle. What am I thinking of? The one that regenerated ammo.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, Icebreaker.
The icebreaker.
Icebreaker, sniper. See,
Yes.
Yeah.
Icebreaker.
like cold hearts in D1. What are
I'm
you
like,
talking about?
no, we didn't have those rifles. That's another thing. We didn't have
No.
none of those rifles. No linear fusion rifles in Destiny 1. I don't know. I just feel in Crucible you can kill people with all kinds of different weapons now. It doesn't have to be.
You can. You really can. I go into a match and I die from every kind of weapon.
Right. And I have to mention this. I cried for this in Destiny 1. I mean, I was one of those guys on the Destiny forum screaming for, please give us some ranked Crucible matches. Give us some ranked play so we know where we stand. You know, a competitive playlist. Because I wanted, it was like, I kept hearing about all these ranked playlists in Halo, and I'm like, I never experienced that. I didn't play Halo. I played Call of Duty. I came from that part of the first person shooter. And I wanted some kind of ranked play where as you won, you would increase your rank. And when they brought that out, okay, I agree. When they first brought out ranked Crucible, the first part of Destiny 2, it was a disaster. There was all kinds of problems they were having with it. But I have to say, the solo queue ranked playlist now, the competitive playlist, it is so much fun. Yeah, freelance. It is so much fun.
So where do you stand? Like 5 million?
I don't know. I haven't even looked. I mean, I usually do what I have to do to get to my Fabled or the 3500, I think, and then I just quit playing. But because as the higher you go up in competitive, the thinner the player base. And the thinner the player base, you start seeing the same players. And I'm playing on controller against PC mouse and keyboard players. So when I go and play on PS4, I feel like I'm more even with everybody. But on PC, you have to have a little bit more height awareness of what's going on. You have to be definitely more mobile. You have to be damn accurate with your controller. I use a PS4 controller on PC. And I'd say it's definitely at least a little bit of a step up in difficulty playing against mouse and keyboard players. Yes, I do get a little bit of aim assist, yes. But, you know, I get that in console anyway. You're using a mouse to point to something immediately. I have to use
And click.
And I'm using thumbsticks to guide the, give me a break. You have to keep aim assist if you're using a controller. There's no way. It's not even close. But players like Drewski that use controller, and I think he's gone back and forth, but he is a really good player if you ever watch him playing controller on PC, on Destiny 2. It's really good. And that's inspired me to keep trying to push my skill level on controller on PC. But let's talk about raids. Have they changed since Destiny 1? Better, worse, the same? What do you guys think?
I almost think they're the same.
Yeah.
If you think of Vault of Glass, there's like separate encounters, right? And each encounter is its own thing that you got to try to figure out. They still have that.
Right.
Like Vault of Glass was like the first epic thing when you're first like falling down the tunnels and it's like this huge drop. You're like, wow, oh my God. And then King's Fall, that was like so big, and like the dick wall and you're getting pushed off, and they still have that effect, I feel like. But everything is really mechanic heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have certain players standing somewhere doing certain jobs. I feel like it's the same, but it's gotten slightly better.
One thing I've noticed about strikes in Destiny 2 is there's no dead weight. All your players have to know what the hell they're doing. In Destiny 1, I could say, hey, just go kill ads over there and just don't die. We were sherping people through some of the raids. In Destiny 2, it's a lot harder for people to sherpa people through raids because they really have to know the sequence of events. And yes, toward the end of Destiny 1, like that last raid before Destiny 1 ended, the one with the Siva.
Wrath of the Machine?
That had a
Yeah.
lot of mechanic. They were starting to transfer into that kind of mechanic where everyone had to be in their place. They had to do their thing. They had to kill their servitor at the end. Remember those days? You got to kill
Yep.
your different.
They had to do
types.
that in King's Fall too, when you broke up like into the two sides,
Yeah,
left and right,
True. Yes.
and you had to
yes.
like alternate to go to the middle.
Yes, but when it came to boss DPS, it was like everyone would always be in one spot. Just stand here and do DPS. And I realize there's that too in these raids today, but I feel like they've upped the difficulty a little bit in Destiny 2 raids versus. I mean, look at Last Wish. It took me forever to get that raid down, and there were other things that Destiny 2 didn't face, like 39 Forever. Remember that? You were trying to. Only way you could get your armor to get to level 40 was to do the raids, and if you can get the right drop, good luck next week. So they've done a lot different, I think. Well, a little bit different. The raids, I think, have gotten a little more mechanic heavy, and I think there's no dead weight. There's no.
Yeah.
What's the last raid you did, Gator?
The one after Scourge. I haven't done the new one. I've done all of them up to the new one.
You haven't done Garden.
I haven't done Garden yet. No. Everyone was so busy.
It's hard finding people.
That's
It's hard
just
finding
it.
people at a time, people that you're comfortable with,
Right.
where you're not going to seem like a jackass for not knowing what you're doing.
See,
And
that's my
Right.
fear. That's my fear is LFG is a nightmare because if you don't know what the hell you're doing,
well, LFG's like 20 plus clears, 1,000.0 KD, know what you're doing or get kicked. Like,
it's just like the old Trials days in LFG. You got to have at least this score. You have to have at least this, you have to
it's a little bit savage, but
Yeah.
you got to experience it though.
Oh, I'm going to do it. I know I did the dungeon with Agent H and one of his buddies. That was a lot of fun. That dungeon was fun. I loved how they did the dungeon. But that's another thing. There were no dungeons in Destiny 1. But we didn't let you talk, Hazel. What do you think about the raids in Destiny 1 versus 2?
Well, I mean, I think that they've experimented, but it's like you said, I mean, there's no dead weight.
You
Just-
could carry 2 people in a Destiny 1 raid. If they didn't know what the hell they were doing, you could say, listen, like the last part of the one with orcs. Jeez, what the hell?
King's Fall.
Kingsfall.
Yeah.
You could tell these 2 people, there were 2 people you always had that were flyers that could just kill ads in the middle. Remember that? And then the other 4 people had to do something, had to do a mechanic, but there were 2 people that could just float and you didn't have to have them.
Yeah.
And so I think it was definitely more mechanic. Is that what you were going to say, Hazel?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah, there isn't.
I mean, everybody
In
has
D2,
to.
there's nowhere to hide.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in D2.
if you fuck up in Garden, you are the one to blame.
It's real quick.
Or any
Yeah.
of them. Scourge, you're at the final boss, you die, you fucked up, you're dead to the team.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that just sort of, that was the one thing I loved about D1 raids is that if somebody did die, you could still 5-man it maybe.
Yeah.
If you had 2 people die, if
You could
your
just-
crew
you
was
just
really good, you might be able to 4-man it.
Yeah, you just didn't quit. You're like, okay, we still got 5 of us. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can get this.
Exactly. It wasn't just like, it might as well just like, if one person dies, they might as well just end it.
I think that's the number one reason why people are so averse to trying to get into a raid that they don't know how to play. That's definitely held me back because
And people take it so seriously because,
Yeah.
like, honestly, you're a little bit late.
Yeah.
So you're at the point where people take it super serious. They want you to know what you're doing, and if you don't, they're really harsh.
Well, I will say this.
And I don't like that.
I will say this.
Raids are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's so many videos out there on how to play these raids. So many people cover all the mechanics. If you're going into a raid blind, and the people are sure they're it's been scheduled, they're going to Sherpa you through it. You should at least, to their benefit, you should at least watch a video or 2 and see at least what the mechanic is. Some people go in there like, what do I do? Huh? I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this. I'm brand new to this. I don't know. Where am I supposed to go? And it just seems like, come on, man, put the effort in. At least watch a video or something. But I don't know. Lana, you're muted.
I know I'm peeing.
I'm losing it.
That's brilliant.
Don't cut
So
me
am
out.
I. So am I, actually. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think that there's like another group of player out there who, I mean, because I used to do it. I used to Sherpa people, and I mean, they would literally, like you said, they would come in and they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know the first thing about this."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's really cool to a degree because, like they're coming in untainted. They don't know anything. They haven't been searching for it or anything else.
Those people Sherping have to have
A lot
patience,
of patience, a lot
though.
of patience. They're special people, man.
Yeah. Well, I did a 4-hour Kingsfall raid. I mean, and I was Sherping, like, I think 4 guys who had never done it before and had no idea about it. Now, granted, 3 of those hours was doing the jumping puzzle with the ships, but...
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, good old jumping puzzle.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, no, don't jump that way. No. Ugh, son of a bitch.
Yep. And I mean, that was the thing too, is I would jump across, I would get all the way across, like with like each person, and then I'd go back, and then I'd have to do it all over again.
Wow, you'd hold their hand. That's awesome, man.
Well, I ended up having to, but I mean, but it was just fun. I mean, and then this one guy made it, like one guy who basically spent, like, I got 4 guys across, and then myself, and then the last guy, I got him across, and he was the one that was like kind of holding everybody back, and he did it, and he was just so thankful and everything else. So
yeah, that's the payoff when they were really thankful. Yeah. I've had a few people we've Sherpa'd, and they're like, "All right, thanks." Boom, gone. Like, come on, man, you have a little more excitement. We just spent 4 hours getting you through a raid. I don't know. It's been a while since I've Sherpa'd anybody, because like I said, I used to be with a clan who raided. We did 3 raids every Tuesday morning. We get them all knocked out for the week for all 3 characters. And it was nice to get those knocked out because you could do things the rest of the week. You didn't have to worry about raiding. And you either got your weapons or you didn't. If you didn't, like, okay. It was no big deal. It was like, next Tuesday. We'll see you then. But today I just don't have those groups anymore. And it's a lot harder to find people. And we're all working adults. So it's even harder because we have to find a night, usually, where nobody's working. Everyone can dedicate 2 to 3 hours to play the raid, and that's just harder and harder to do, especially with a lot of you guys that have kids. It's really hard to do. You have to share your responsibilities with your wife.
That's why you don't have kids.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. I get that.
She's ahead of the game.
I mean, I'm actually after that game. My kids are all grown up, so it's like I don't have kids because they're in school.
How old is your oldest child?
22. 22.
Oh my gosh, you are daddy.
I am a daddy. Yes. You know what though? I had my kids very young in life. My wife and I got married very young, and we had our kids right off the bat. 2 years apart. We were done. So, I know we could talk forever on each of these items, but let's just span over them really quick. Just our quick thoughts. The new Triumph system we talked about. Remember the Grimoire system? That was such a pain in the ass. And all you had was a Grimoire score, but that was based on stuff you'd find, like ghosts and stuff, or pieces of fragments or remnants of this or that.
Like you just happened to pass upon
bump into it. Or you went to a YouTube video and figured out where they all were, and boom, 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 there you go. Now, granted, yes, completing Crucible matches and doing normal play, you got Grimoire for that, but I love this Triumph system. It actually overwhelmed me when Forsaken first came out, but man, what a great thing they did there. I mean, and then adding titles. You agree, Hazel?
Yeah, I do. One thing, I mean, like the Triumph system seems like a great kind of like evolution from do you remember the books that they gave us?
Yeah.
In D1.
Yeah, but think how clunky it was though. In order when you got your Grimoire, you'd have to go to the Bungie site, look up your Grimoire that you unlocked, and then read the lore on it. Where it's all right here on the screen now. It's really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And I never read any of the lore. That's not a secret. I mean, I wish I did.
I'm reading the comics right now. I've read all the 2 lore books they've had out so far, and it is eye-opening. Without those lore books, I would know nothing about Savathun and a lot of these characters and how orcs came to be. I mean, that was a fantastic book. If you haven't gotten the lore books from Destiny, I'm telling you, will look at Destiny a whole different way when you play it. Just a little aside there. Let's see what else. The seasons. You remember the DLC droughts in Destiny 1? We'd be crying for something or something new. Bungie, please. It was like the end of the Rise of Iron. Remember those days? We get nothing for months. And
that's the thing.
You log in, you're like, okay, I
didn't
guess
mind those droughts.
I did, because I was a hardcore player. I wanted something to do. And the way they have the season now, I love the seasons they do now. Because it's like, okay, this is our theme for the next 3 months. And even better, they're tying story into it now with Saint 14. I'm loving what they're doing with the seasons. It gives some structure to playing the game. And because of that, they're accommodating more of the hobbyist players, which is what I am. I log on every day.
The casual players?
No, I'm the hobbyist. I log on every day. My son is a casual. He logs on once a week, if that. And, he's playing Path of Exile and other games he likes to play. He's a casual. But me and you, Lana, we're logging on every morning. We're grabbing our bounties, doing our job, getting our...
It still feels like a grind, though, when I want to do other things and there's no time.
I feel you. I feel you. But at least it's there to do if you want to do it,
Yeah. It all depends on what kind of gamer you are.
It's true. And you know what? You don't have
because I'm a completionist, I want to do it all, and that's why to me it seems like a grind, but to other people they couldn't care less about triumphs and bounties and getting that up. So some people just log on to do Crucible with their friends for a few hours.
Exactly.
It just depends on what kind of gamer you are.
There's so many ways to play this game now. There's so many ways. If you're a Crucible player, fine. Go play Crucible. There's all your playlists. And, if you want to get a pinnacle weapon that goes to Crucible, there you go. You can start working on that. I don't know. What do you think, Hazel?
Oh, yeah.
Did we lose everybody?
Good thought.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what was it? The phone cut out.
Oh,
I've been cutting out a little bit here and there.
Oh, do I need to? All right, I'll move it in a minute. No, we were talking about the seasons and the seasonal droughts in Destiny 1 and, the new, we'll add it into the new season pass bar. There's, what you need to do to get this weapon or this ornament or this shader or this whatever consumable. It's right there in front of you. It's really nice.
Yeah, I personally didn't mind the droughts because when I was in those droughts, even in D2, those droughts, that's when I was doing like Sherpaing people through like Leviathan.
Yeah, time to do it.
Well, yeah, exactly. We would hit max level or near max level, and then it was like, okay, so, let's start mastering things. And with the seasons right now, to me, it just feels like there's no time to master anything because, you're having to work for the new fusion rifle, whatever the new hotness is. And then you're just like, fuck, they just dropped, this dungeon. Now I have to do this dungeon because I wanted to get this title. And there's just like, there's so much to do and you can't master
There's so much to do
anything.
and it's in a limited time. If it wasn't limited to the season, it would be okay to push it back and like work on the dungeons, work on Leviathan, do whatever, but there's no time because you've only got a few months and like I'm a hardcore player. So I log in every day, but it still feels like there's just not enough time.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like for me is where, I listen to Gator and like, someone like yourself, Lana, and you guys are saying there's not enough time. I know for sure as fuck, I don't have enough time for this. And it's like, so I hear you guys say that and it's like, wow, it's like, I want to go back and play some, but it's like the,
Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry.
But there's just like that feeling to me where it's like, it's like shit. There's like so much to do that I have to get done in a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And what I want to do is I don't really want to work towards that, or I want to work towards it, but I want to do it this way. And I can't do that. So it's just like, I'm just going to play around and do some other shit and go from there.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know.
It's interesting though.
It is, but at least you know what, we have the options. If you want to be a hardcore player, you can be a hardcore player. See, the biggest problem I had a lot of friends who fell out when Destiny 2 popped up, in the first year of Destiny 2, because they would go, or the end of Destiny 1 even, they would jump out to play Call of Duty or something. I have a good friend of mine, I wish he would come back to play Destiny because we had so much fun. There was so much good times, good talks, and just banter and kidding around and stuff. A lot of fun. But he won't come back to Destiny 2 because he's afraid he's already gotten too far behind. And now that, I'm adding this too, it's a free-to-play game now. So now people can jump in that maybe didn't know about Destiny, can jump in and play. I think the storyline, all the campaigns and stuff, that they're right there. They're available to jump right in and start playing. I love that part. Now my son... Cross-save, yeah. I mean, you can play with your friends now. If you have the console... Yes, you got to buy the season, or there's certain restrictions, but now you can, everyone was bitching and moaning that they couldn't play with so-and-so because he was on Xbox. Now, if you have an Xbox, just go over there and play with them. But being that's cross-save now, I used to play on 3 consoles. I mean, I used to play on 2 consoles, Xbox and PS4, and it was a pain in the ass to have to go to Xbox and not have anything leveled up. And I want to jump in with a raid and play with some friends of mine, but I didn't have anything done on it. I didn't have time. Now it all transfers seamlessly over to whatever console you're playing. So it's really nice. It's really nice. Well, hey, speaking of that, let's move on.
Status report. Exodus Black. Superstructure integrity, 17%. Data store integrity, 38%. Power core integrity, 89%. Failsafe AI core protocol integrity, and status report.
Let's move on to our Twitter and Discord questions. This is where every week our community sends us questions for us to answer, and we try not to get embarrassed. And we have one from Twitter this week. Hazel, what do you got?
All right, we got a question from Laz. So, if they created a Destiny theme park, what would the main attraction be?
I got my answer.
Go for a skater.
I would create a crazy roller coaster called the Nova Bomb, where you get shot out of a tube and you start twirling and spinning right off the bat. And then, I don't know, you can do whatever you want with a roller coaster. It can get crazy, but it would just be a crazy shot from a sit and still position straight up in the air. That would be my pick.
All right.
Nice.
Mine is more futuristic. So we're in 2020 now. I thought we would have flying cars. We don't.
Right.
So maybe in 2040, if Elon Musk could get his shit together and really make it happen, my Destiny theme park would have real life Crucible.
Nice.
So you'd have an actual ghost that could revive you, like a super realistic virtual reality or something, right? So you'd have all the maps, Crucible, you kill each other, your ghost brings you back. Or raids.
Wow, that's an awesome
Like
idea.
the theme park was just raids. Like you'd have King's Fall, Vault of Glass, Wrath of the Machine, Garden, all of that. And you get together with your friends, like you're going paintballing or something, and you try to do a raid.
That would be
And
awesome.
you each have like a mechanic, and you have to figure it out.
Jump from
That
boulder
would
to
be
boulder.
my Destiny theme park.
Nice.
Raiding.
That's so much better than my roller coaster. That's
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like shit now.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, yeah, my answer. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm embarrassed to give mine now.
Good luck,
No,
Hazel.
give yours. Give yours.
Shit, you should have gone last.
Oh.
Maybe we can fix that in post. No. Mine, I was thinking like, I guess I'm thinking of some rinky-dink fucking, I don't know, theme park. But I was thinking like an obstacle course called the Dick Wall, where you're jumping around and then like shit would come out and
Nice.
punch you off
Like
of there.
Wipeout.
Nice.
Yeah, like Wipeout, exactly.
Wipeout.
I like it.
But Destiny themed.
That is
Exactly. All right, Gator.
Let's go with one that has been here a while. He always gives us great questions every week. And he added some new ones too, but there's some older ones here I want to make sure we answer. Question for the show. This is from Uncle Scumdeath. I think motorcycles are the coolest thing on earth. What do you think is the coolest thing on earth? Love the show, guys.
He thinks what are the coolest things on Earth? And what do I think is the coolest thing on Earth?
Yeah, is the question.
Wow, I really don't know. Hazel, you go.
Fuck.
Right?
I think I'll maybe a cop-out answer, but pancakes.
That's a good answer. Damn, that's pretty close to what mine was going to be. Let's think if I can think of something else.
Food is your greatest thing on Earth is food.
Damn. Coolest thing
I mean, outside of my family and all of that. Yeah, of course.
Coolest thing on Earth. I love technology. The coolest thing on Earth is the newest technology. The newest thing that comes out. I cannot wait 20 years from now to see what video games do. And I mean, I guess we're going to all be in virtual reality, I guess, permanently.
Well, you'll be dead and I'll be like 40.
Well, no, I better not be dead in 20 years. Holy shit. I hope not. Damn, harsh.
Speaking of, like, I agree with you, Gator. Like, technology is by far like the wowest thing. So I'll give you an example.
Okay.
I'm a pharmacy technician at a hospital, and one of these machines we have is called a compounder. So if somebody's on IV or can't eat or something and they're at home, they don't want to be in the hospital. This compounder makes their like an IV bag of all the nutrition they need automatically.
Wow.
It's the coolest thing. You put all these fats and carbohydrates and all these things in it, and it just makes up this bag automatically without a human doing anything with it. It measures the volume, it does the math, it does everything, and then just pops it out, and then here's a bag of nutrition for the day for somebody that needs it.
Now, they have to come and pick that bag up, or is it just mailed to their house?
It gets shipped out to them.
Holy crap, that is awesome.
I think that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I'll give you that one.
That is.
We got one from Chubby Wizard here. This was a good question. I'm glad Lana's here to answer it. Question for the show. What do you guys think is going to happen with Aldrin Sov? I feel like Bungie did a great job shocking us with Aldrin's resurrection cutscene, but since then not much has happened. I thought he would be back in the game by now, in some capacity. Thanks. Love the show. Lana?
Aldrin Sov is going to be the new Hunter Vanguard.
Yep.
That seems to be what everybody thinks. Because he killed, well, yeah. Killed Caden.
The unspeakable. Shut up.
I don't know.
We do not speak of those events, but he is going to be the new Hunter Vanguard, I hope.
And I think we've heard some inklings of, maybe this is from Reddit, maybe it's a pipe dream, I don't know, but somehow he's been, in some of the lore, I think in one of the ships it talks about how he's had his head in his hands, and he's been laying low, like on the Cosmodrome or something, and trying not to be around people and not wearing his, keeping his helmet on. And he's just so confused he doesn't understand why people don't like him. So I guess he has no memory of what he did.
I will never forgive him.
He was under the spell of Riven. I mean, give him a break.
I will never forgive him.
Okay.
So you're saying he shacks?
I like Shax. This is amazing.
Yeah. All right. We got a question here. Actually, this one's for Lana. From Admiral Nips, Hambo, 1982 on Xbox One. If you don't unlock all the triumphs every season, do you hate yourself?
Yes. Yes, I do, Rob. I do.
I feel your pain. Okay. Here's one from some dude named Hazelnut. Not so hypothetical question. You're standing here taking a leak at work. When the urinal next to you starts to overflow, do you finish or kegel it and go to the other bathroom?
Men can't kegel. It's pronounced kegel, by the way, not kegel.
We can. It's just very painful.
You can't do kegels.
Yeah, we can. It's very painful, though. We don't like to do it. I mean, help me out here, Hazel. I mean, we can stop it if we have to.
What would you do?
We can.
It's not preferable, but it can be done.
Yeah. I just took it. I was like, fuck it. They're old shoes. I'm good.
Oh, man. I don't know. I get the fuck out of there. That's all I know. I guess I'd have to kegel it.
But keep peeing as you're going.
No. I just stop the flow and just move on.
Can you kink it like a hose? Is that a thing? Can you do that?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like you bend it in the middle and you kink it like a hose?
No, you don't kink it like a hose. No.
Can you tie it in a bow? Can you throw it over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Does it wobble to and fro?
I don't know about you guys.
Oh.
Just kidding. No,
That's brilliant.
I don't know. I know we can stop it. I've done it before where something's come up or, I don't know, something in my childhood even. I can't remember the context exactly, but someone walked in or something and I had to stop immediately. I don't know. God,
you kinked it, didn't you?
No, you don't kink it. That's not how it works.
Put a finger in it?
No, that doesn't work either.
Plug it.
Believe me, in my youth, I tried that. It did not work. It was very, very messy.
Now that's a thing.
Oh, God. All right, next question, Hazel.
All right. So, question for Gator. This is from Jughead. Is alligator wrestling part of your job?
I like Craig. He's going to get some great questions. Craig, no. I do not mess with wildlife. That's the one part of my job. I do not want to be punching raccoons in attics or trapping
raccoons in attics?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Punching?
heroin addicts?
Shit.
I was in an attic.
You don't punch addicts?
No. I was in an attic, like, above people's roof.
An attic. A house.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said attics.
There was a nest, and there was a mama raccoon, quite large, coming at me with teeth and claws, and I had to punch her. Because I'm not getting bitten by that thing. There's some major diseases you can get.
You could still be talking about addicts, honestly, at this point.
There's something about wildlife. There's so many diseases you can get that will kill you, and there was no cure for. So, no, thank you. I take care of termites that eat our houses down here, pests that go around houses, the pests in the lawn, and make the lawns look better and nice and green and weed-free. That's what I do. Do not do alligator wrestling. Sorry, Craig.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we have our episode. Yeah, I was going to say he exterminates gators. Yeah. It's false advertising.
Okay.
Totally.
But I think we have an episode title there. The episode where Gator punches a raccoon.
All right, done. You talked me into it. Gator punches a raccoon. Is that what you want to title it?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. I like this one from H. Why don't you read this one? I got to think about this one. This is a hard one. From H.
Yeah. This one took over Twitter for a little bit. Pick a movie, keep one actor. The rest are played by Muppets.
Taken. Liam Neeson. This Liam Neeson is in it. Everybody else is a Muppet.
Yeah, I'd have to say John Wick.
John Wick. It's got to be an action movie.
Yeah, John Wick.
Ridiculous.
Keep Keanu Reeves. The rest of the matter.
Yep.
Keanu Reeves in any movie. Enough said.
Ooh.
I was thinking Deep Throat.
Really?
What the fuck is Deep Throat? Is that a title to a porno?
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Yeah, they have throat tea. What was it? Throat coat tea?
Throat pee from when he kinked it off and then had to apply the throat coating.
Jeez.
For I don't know if that's going to make it into the final cut or not, but for anyone who wasn't listening earlier, if that's not included, Gator is fighting an illness and he has some throat coat tea, and we'll
Oh,
just
right.
leave it at that.
I didn't hear that.
That's what's on the box. It says throat coat. I'm like, okay. My wife says, here, try this. It's throat coat.
He needs a nice coating on his throat for his hobbies.
I've been muting myself and coughing out my lungs here periodically, trying not to include it in the actual take. But
Yep.
All right, let's get a few more here. I asked this one. This is from Gator. Question for the show: what are your goals for 2020, or what are you looking forward to most in 2020? Lana, I want to pose this to you first.
My goal is to travel more.
Nice one.
So I have been invited by a girlfriend end of March to go to Mexico with her and her husband and kids, but fuck kids. So I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah.
But in 2020, all around, I just want to travel more. I want to be more active, not so much physically, but just like active in the community, with friends, just doing things, and I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. Excellent. What about you, Hazel?
Well, for me, I'm looking forward to getting a new job this year.
Okay.
Gonna make that shift. So
Very nice.
I'm looking at that. Want to be actually more active in general. Kind of now that I'm kind of breaking away from Destiny for the little bit here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, maybe work out some more and do that kind of thing. So
Did you join the new weight loss challenge?
no, I have not yet.
You ought to. Man. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And nobody takes score. It's all about supporting everybody. And they're not stalking you saying, "Oh, did you work out today, Hazel?" No, it's not like that at all. Y'all seriously need to try it out. It's in the Distinguished Gentleman Discord and the Death RX Discord. And what was the third one? Adventure Club?
Adventure Gaming Club, I think.
Adventure Gaming Club Discord? Yeah, I'm not in that Discord, but they're also part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm very competitive, so yeah. I mean,
it's a lot of
that's
fun.
the thing there. So
you need to beat them all.
pretty much, yeah, that's it. I'll chop my arm off and go like, "Ha ha! I beat you, bastard."
I lost 5 pounds.
There can only be one. My goals are very much. I have 2 goals this year. We're redoing our kitchen. God help us. We have an 80s style home that has an 80s style kitchen, and we've done everything in our house to upgrade to the current. And we've been saving up, and my gracious wife has waited a long time for this. And of course, she's going to get whatever she wants. We're going to get it within reason. And we're going to totally revamp our kitchen. I mean, cabinets, countertops, tile. We're knocking down walls. We're all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm not looking forward to it, but it's something I got to get. I got to get this done this year. My second goal is I'm tired of being a fat dad. It's time to lose it. I kind of messed on the last weight loss challenge. I kind of just mailed it in. I actually gained a ton of weight over the holidays, and I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done with the flab. It's time to go. I used to be an athlete.
I'm holding you to that.
I used to be an athlete. I used to play baseball. I was 185 pounds in high school. I mean, I was almost 6 foot tall in high school, and I'm not that. Let's just say, and this is the year to do it. I'm over the hump age wise now, and it's now or never. I got to do it, and I got to show up JC Jesse. Holy shit! Have you seen this guy? I don't even recognize this guy anymore. I see pictures of it. I'm like, it looks like a stock photo from the mall or something. Who the hell is this guy? He looks like a model. I swear he does. He's so damn sexy. Shit. I'm just kidding. But no, I'm tired of being the fat dad. There's a lot of people in our community that have really done a lot of good changes in their life. I mean, there's too many to name, but just tons of guys that are in this weight loss challenge that have done such great work, and I'm motivated. I'm motivated, but I have to say, the changes that JC Jesse made really made me think it's time. I got to do this. So, all right, next question.
Have you seen Fluffy?
Oh, who?
Yep.
That hair, man. Damn.
Like, what even happened to him? He went from like barely overweight to just
And what's the thing he said? I was tired of being the fat dad. I don't want to be a fat dad. So that's me. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what the hell did you do to yourself?
Yeah. Rob too. Shout out to Rob.
Yes,
Yep.
Admiral
My
Nips.
Admiral.
He's lost
Top
a ton of
notch.
weight.
Way to
He's
go.
He's
You're
lost
killing
over
it.
100 pounds, I think, since he's done this.
He's looking good. He's looking good.
Agent H is killing it.
Yep.
I mean, there's other guys. I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. There's a ton of guys out there. I think Drafty's in this year to get in shape. I'm trying to remember AK Gear Dad. I mean, he's already in pretty good shape. I mean, he's not really overweight like some of us guys, but
he looks 10 years younger than he is.
He does. God.
Like Jay
He's such
has
a cool
aged
dude.
really well.
He's such a cool dude, man. I could go over there in California and just hang out for a week. It'd be awesome. But okay, let's do one more here. What looks good there, Hazel?
All right. Is there anything that you would not do for $1 million?
Yes.
Not do for $1 million? I mean, I wouldn't kill a person.
And no, fuck people. I'd kill a person. I just wouldn't do anything to an animal.
I'd cut a person.
And I wouldn't eat KFC.
Oh, dude. KFC tastes good, but it's just a feeling.
I fucking hate KFC. So no animals, no KFC. Other than that, people, whatever, I'll do it.
You haven't had their chicken bowl. Oh my god.
You haven't had their chicken bowl.
Dude, it's like here, we're gonna put the mashed potatoes and everything. We're gonna slap it all in a bowl.
KFC's so
we're
bad.
Gonna put it all in a bowl, you little piggy. We're gonna make you eat it right out of the bowl, and then afterwards you're like, why do I hate myself so much? Why did I do that? But at the moment it tasted really good. But no, I haven't had fast food in a long time. I mean, I have very little fast food anymore.
Ugh, gross.
Yep. What would I wouldn't do for $1 million? I mean, I wouldn't kill a person. That's definitely something I wouldn't do.
I think as long as there's no video proof.
Yeah.
I'd be.
Well, if they put if you, what would you not do for $1 million and never get caught doing it? That'd be a different question.
Kill a person, 100%.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know. It's not my nature. Okay, Chubby Wizard. Question for the show. How long do you leave Christmas decorations up after Christmas is over? Assuming, of course, you have a fake tree and don't have to throw it out the day after Christmas.
One day. Fake or real, one day.
Hazel?
26 comes down.
What is tomorrow? Today, I guess. The 4th. So yeah, our tree's going down today.
Mine, all of my lights, I just took down getting home from work today. All my outdoor lights are down. My wife's already packed up all the Christmas trees. Everything's waiting to go up in the attic. The attic.
Everything's waiting to go in the attic.
Attic.
That sounds hot.
Yeah. Well, we'll save those for next week. There's some good ones there, but I don't want to use them all up. I love when people leave their questions for us. So, if we didn't answer your question this week, thank you for sending them in. We never forget questions that are submitted. So just hang in there. If we didn't ask your question this week, it will be asked next week. So,
AKA Uncle Scumdeath.
Yes, we're looking at you, Uncle Scumdeath. Okay, great questions, guys. Like I said, thanks for submitting them. Let's move on to our final segment of the show. This is where we pick our 2 songs we want for our Guardian Down playlist. This is a little sprinkling of what the 3 of us like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify. And I'll, of course, put a link in the show notes if you want to follow our little playlist. Lana, you're first.
What am I doing?
Your 2 song picks.
I don't remember. I told you to remember them for me.
Remember. This is definitely going in the outtakes.
What was it? Yeah, don't get rid of it. I told you to remember it.
Go to the pins.
Go back in your
Karl Marx? No.
Karl Marx.
Go
Karl
autobiography.
Wolf? No, it was Karl Wolf, Africa, and then it was Shania Twain's something.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Man, I feel like a woman. Shania Twain, Man, I feel like a woman, and Karl Wolf, Africa.
Now, is that only because you're from Canada you picked those, or those have special meaning to you?
I just love Shania Twain.
Yeah, I do.
And I just watched her video at the 2019 whatever music awards where she looked like a pink Pepto-Bismol gallivanting around.
Really?
But I do love Shania Twain. I love that song. So I just chose that. Africa I chose because, South African.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that mix. It's really good. It's really.
Yeah, I like it better than the original. It's got like a little
Yeah.
bit of rap in it.
Yeah, it's more. It's more current. I mean,
Yeah.
Toto's version is quite old, and it's definitely 80s. So,
Yes.
all right, Hazel, you're up. What do you got?
Curious. So, first of all, I just want to say that if we could have somebody clip Gator saying that he feels like a woman, that would be great.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. It's cleaner cut. All right. And then my songs are Figures by Jesse Reyes. Just a nice kind of soulful song right there. And then The World at Large by Modest Mouse.
Oh, I like that group. I haven't heard a lot of their stuff lately. Is this something newer from them?
No, not at all.
It's older. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
What about you, sir?
I was feeling kind of sentimental this week. You know, this is the end of the year. You start watching those shows, and they talk about who died this year. And it kind of reminded me of one of my favorite
Fuck are
artists.
you watching?
Oh, you watch any show these days, any news show or anything, they always have in memoriam, at the end of the show. Certain news shows I watch. I won't watch it because most old people watch it.
Yeah.
My first pick, like I said, I'm feeling a little sentimental. I was looking at who passed away this year, and it reminded me of this artist from the album Scream from 2009. It's probably a lesser-known song from him called Two Drink Minimum. It's from Chris Cornell, the lead singer of Soundgarden. I really like their music, and really sucks he's not with us anymore. Man, he was on top of his game, too. And while we're talking about Chris, we got to include a song from Soundgarden, so I want to include one of my favorites from them. This is from the 1996 album, Down on the Upside. It's Burden in My Hand from Soundgarden. So, all right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got a show. Lana, we're finally done. You can take a breath now.
No, we're not.
Yes,
we're not. Keep it recording. You're going to edit it out.
No. We still have a little bit to talk about. And
she has to go pee. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
No, I have one more thing to say.
I understand you do. Go ahead. Lana, you wanted to mention something in the show, and
I did, yes. I just wanted to mention the raging bushfires that are still happening in Australia. Yeah. They started around September. Nobody really knew or cared until November. They still don't care. Around 15 million acres of land have been burnt. 2,500 buildings and homes. At least 22 people are dead. 40 plus more are missing. 500 million animals and species are gone. And I just wanted to mention a couple ways that you can help. The first way is to donate to Australian Red Cross. The second way is Salvation Army Australia. And the third one is WIRES, which is a nonprofit Australian wildlife rescue organization. All the websites can be found at www.redcross.salvationarmywires.org.au. Just something to think about in the midst of everything else happening in the world. Australia is literally on fire. Biomes are being destroyed. Animals are being lost. Species are extinct. People are misplaced from their homes, and nobody's doing anything. So just one little way you could help.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I've even heard people were fleeing into the water, into the ocean in some communities around the beaches and stuff. It was so bad.
But they had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Thanks. I was going to mention redcross.org/au. That's definitely where you want to go. I'm a Red Cross supporter, so that's who I would donate to. But like Lana mentioned earlier, there's two other places you can mention that you can donate. And for our Australian listeners out there, please be safe. We have a lot of wildfires here out west in the United States, and it's so sad to see towns just burn up. There's no more town. There's nothing left. It's just all ash. So please be safe. Be safe.
No, just like you said, just be safe out there. Just everybody in general, just be safe. Don't get involved in any stupid shit out there. Y'all know how it is out there. Yeah. So just
and remember, it's freezing right here in the United States and Canada. It's summer. It's summer for these guys. So it's not only is it fire everywhere, but it's like I heard 100 degrees everywhere. It's crazy. It's like hell on earth over there. So be safe, guys. Really. Well, on that note, I don't want to leave it on such a down note, but thank you, Lana, for coming on the show tonight. Thanks for mentioning that.
Thank you. That was excellent. People just need to know. Just because you don't see it and it's not happening to you or somebody you don't know doesn't mean it's not happening.
Yeah.
Look up Australia on Fire hashtag on Twitter and you'll see. But yeah, just wanted to shout that out, and it was a great episode. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank
That was
you.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
fun.
You-
Veda!
Veda. Yep, exactly.
Veda!
Well, speaking of which, where can people contact you or want a game with you or something? Where do they find you? What's your details?
My Twitter is LanaBoBana92, I think.
It is.
My Xbox gamer tag is Lana space AEH. On Discord, I'm not sure what my name is. Probably
just Lana.
LanaBoBana92.
Just Lana. It is on ours.
Just
anyway.
Lana. There you go. That's where you can find me.
Very nice. Hazel?
Hazel NT everywhere.
Great branding. Okay.
I try.
You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4 as the Gator. All caps, GATR underscores in between. Gator, GATR space GDC on Xbox, which I'm not there a whole lot, but I do need friends there, so please send me a friend request. I'll take it for you. Stop by my YouTube channel if you like. I post gameplay vids of Destiny, usually PS4 controller on PC. And, just check it out. If something interesting, great. I'm trying to get to 100 subs this year on my YouTube channel. I'm currently at 88, so I need 12 more subs, guys. 12 more subs. Help me out. I think I get a direct link or something. I don't know, something like that. But that is a milestone I'd like to hit. I've had this channel for quite a while and not really done a lot with it, but it is just a gameplay channel. It's not going to give you a how-to video or anything like that, but I appreciate it. I'll post a link in there if you're interested. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Downcast, Hazel, and anywhere you can get your podcast. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast for show questions or, hey, whatever you want to shoot our way. We have a fantastic Discord as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast, and I will post a permanent invite link in our show notes as well. Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Woo!
Nice.
That was so much fun. It was better than Jay's and potatoes. But don't tell him that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
We'll Zell you some money. You'll be good. All right. Thanks for that.
Zell, is that a new rock band or something?
Oh,
Zell?
you fucking.
Hey, thanks again, Lana. That was a blast.
Yeah. Thank you.
I know you were
Thank
doing this
you.
all on an iPhone, not an iPhone, one of those other phones.
I don't have a fucking iPhone and I can't right click get it together.
I was telling her, oh, well, listen, to increase my volume, just right click on my name. And she's like, what? Right click on
Yeah.
what? That was awesome.
Okay. Boomer.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen X. My parents had me
Sure.
very young. They're boomers.
Sure.
I need to pee so bad.
All right.
I've been thinking about how I can do it without making noise.